Mark's headsets.
The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
All right, everybody. Hi. Literally. No, I'm kidding. Glad to have you here on the Mark Hoke Show. Missed you guys. Sorry we had some guest issues last week and totally failed. You may have heard Nate Dowland in the background is going to try and help save me today. Nate, how are you? Nate?
I'm doing good, Mark. How about you, Mark?
Nate? I'd like to mention that this show...
I'm here.
Normally brought to you by all our great sponsors.
I can't hear me either.
I can hear you. Everybody can hear you, Nate. We're fine. Did we lose Nate somehow? That's weird. All right. Well, Nate'll be around. We'll get Nate called back in here. But as I was going to say, normally this show is brought to you by all of our great sponsors, but we have a new sponsor today, and that is amoxicillin and prednisone. I'm not feeling too good. Nate, you're back on.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay, there you go. Are we better now?
I'm back.
You and your silly Skype.
Can you hear me, Mark?
I can hear you just fine, thank you. Can you hear me is the question.
Right.
Oh, we're off to a flying start.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Barely, but
Okay.
it's odd.
Okay. Well,
Your voice sounds just horrible, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you very
You need
much.
some rest.
Yeah, I know. I couldn't cancel 2 weeks in a row. I couldn't do it. Because we have the Super Bowl off coming up here next week, of course, because doing a show on the Super Bowl Sunday would be stupid and counterproductive to my my agenda. So no giving up today. But that Nate's the first time I've gone to the doctor forever. Swear to God, and for a cold anyway. But see, I didn't.
Well, it's not just a cold though. You said it was the flu, right?
Yeah, I got a flu and I got a really bad throat infection.
Welcome to Las Vegas.
Oh.
We get diseases from everywhere.
Yeah,
They
thanks.
fly in.
Thanks, man. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. I'm going to blame you. but thanks for being with us here on
Making
the
you feel
show.
at home.
Yeah, thanks, man. But yeah, it's kind of crazy because I've had a sore throat. It's funny. I noticed a little tickle every once in a while, but I really heard it when I listened to a recording from our New Year's show, and I realized, wow, my throat sounds kind of odd and it hasn't healed up, and so now I'm getting loaded up here. This is pretty interesting.
How difficult would it be for you to be quiet for 2 or 3 days? You can't do it, can you? You can't do it.
It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. Not unless John Freeberg gives me a
You're
day
going
off
to need a
work.
lot of lozenges.
God bless Halls. They're my friends. So
New sponsorship.
all right. Yeah, there we go. Well, hey, we have I was telling you we were supposed to have Jeff from Heartland Poker Tour on, but his flight has been delayed. There's apparently a blizzard going on in Fargo. I wouldn't know anything about that, would I? Been in a couple of those.
Oh, Freddie Bevel. He
Yeah.
is the funniest guy on poker TV, I tell you.
It's too bad. So they're gonna try and get somebody else on. But in the meantime, I started making some calls. And guess who's going to be on the show real quick?
Who?
Mike Sexton.
Oh, fantastic.
So we're going to get to talk to Mike a little bit about the Borgata Open. Just main event is just kicking off. Of course, one of the top events on the World Poker Tour. But I'm sure we're going to get to talk a little bit about what you and I are going to be talking about here. And that is what happened at the Borgata last week. Are you ready for this, Nate? Are you ready?
Now, is that you, Mark, or is that me?
I'm
Connection, or did I? There.
okay. That's you. But all right. So, are you ready for this, Nate? Here we go. Oh, somebody was bad.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Dickhead. You totally fucked me there.
Yep. Christian Lusardi. Boy,
Yes. Not the first time he's been arrested in the gambling arena either.
no, it hasn't. But of course, we all know the story that happened a little while ago with event number 1 at the Borgata. And if you haven't, Nate, have you ever been out to event number 1 at the Borgata?
I have not. I have not uh, ever stepped foot in New Jersey, and I'm proud of that.
Wow. Well, to all my friends in New Jersey, I apologize. But of course, event number 1 is usually their wow, this is their big guarantee out there. And of course, this year the first event was a $2 million guaranteed event, and they found counterfeit chips when the chips were being collected on after day 1, and the tournament had to be suspended. An unprecedented happening taking place.
Now, on Thursday, before they suspended it, somebody had tweeted a picture of 3 different chips, and they put on the tweet that they feel like Manuel brought his own chips. And little did they know that, somebody actually was sneaking that in at the time, and it was probably a person at their table. And they started tracking it, and after the guy had left his room and gave it to somebody else, they ended up finding out where they hid the rest of those chips, Mark.
It was an unbelievable scene, and I've done so many tournaments out of the Borgata, covering those, and there's some. I mean, Tab and the team do an awesome job out there. But as they said, they found about 1 million chips of the $5,000 or 5,000 chip denomination in the tournament. And what ended up happening was tournament gets suspended, and they decide, well, here's the we gotta check this out. And lo and behold, they hold the tournament up. All the money is put in trust as this investigation goes on, and then it was two. Let's see, what was the date on this? 24th. So it was 2 days ago. I'm sorry, guys. I'm really doing the best that I can here. But on Friday, the New Jersey State Police and the New Jersey Division of Gaming Enforcement announced that they had found 2.7 million in counterfeit chips from the Borgata in a clogged sewer pipe at Harrah's.
And it was you could track it right to the hotel room that they flushed him from.
That's what they did. They went back and figured out where the chips came from, went through the pipe, got to the room, said, okay, here's the deal. This is the guy's room, and traced it back to Christian Lusardi, who was staying in the room where the pipes were clogged. He actually entered day 2 as the chip
North
leader.
Carolina.
Yeah, there were some bad boys down in North Carolina. I spent some time down there. I know that. Some shaky characters there. Not everybody, of course, but there's a lot of, Lusardi had been already arrested in 2008 for running an illegal gambling operation down there, plus illegal alcohol sales. That wasn't real smart.
Along with his mom.
Yeah.
His mom got arrested, too.
Oh, that's so bad. But so Christian Lusardi has been arrested. Still no announcement yet on what they're going to be doing with the tournament. But it's
My
amazing.
question, Mark.
Yeah, go ahead.
He couldn't have done this by himself.
That's what I was going to say.
He couldn't have done this by himself. Making those poker chips is a tremendous effort.
This is the other effort that I question is how in God's name, in playing one day of poker, do you get 200 chips? It was 200 chips. You do the math. They found about 1 million. So you're looking at 200 chips that this guy somehow managed to slide into play.
It's 2 full racks.
How could if I'm wearing a loose sweatshirt or something, I'm trying not to give anybody ideas here, but if you kind of Velcro those up around your wrist, and keep pulling them, keep sliding them out there, roll them out, pulling, some sort of little trick.
Well, if you're like me, you're always whenever I'm not in the hand and I'm paying attention at the table, I'm sitting there playing with my chips. I'm doing something that's keeping me looking at the table. So, but I'm usually always like keeping my eye on people that are taking their hands off the table.
Yeah. So this is
somebody.
It's a very intriguing situation because I don't know how the guy could have possibly done it. How could you put 200 chips into play through an entire day and no one see you? Nobody. I mean, that's incredible.
Well, the cameras ended up catching him. They said they seen him several times on video.
Yeah, I'm sure it was pretty easy after they
figured out who it was, and they just watched him.
Yeah. But wow, it's an
But
incredible
who
story.
made those chips? Because those had the original Borgata centers, correct?
Yep, those are they sure look like Borgata chips, except they were cleaner. We, they and
So
this,
who
but I
made
mean,
those? Who made those? Somebody had to make all 3 million or 5 million chips, however many they had. Somebody had to make those and know what they were for.
there's a lot of questions to be asked about this. But I think going forward, I think the huge issue is how do we prevent this from happening again?
I don't know, because right now you can jump on eBay, Mark, and you can buy a World Series of Poker tournament chip.
And unfortunately, I think that I don't know if it's just turned a blind eye or ignoring it, but I've seen where they keep the Borgata tournament chips. They have a huge lockdown case of them, but they use the same chips time in, time out, tournament in, tournament out. And the World Series does the same thing. I mean, it's a lot of chips, but I think that at some point you're going to have to consider doing some sort of chip rotation or something along those lines to keep this from happening again. Because to be honest with you, I don't know how you're going to get around this without changing your chips up. And it may tick people off. You got to change colors and everything else, but what are you going to do? It's it's a situation where if somebody can pull that kind of stunt off, it is what it is. Hey, we got a call coming in. Are you excited?
I am.
Nate, I'm probably going to lose you here, but I'm going to get Mike Sexton on the line, so I'll get you back in a little bit.
Cool.
All right. And, hey, a surprise guest, Mr. Sexton. How are you?
Hey, Mark. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. How goes it out at Borgata, my friend?
Well, feels good for me so far. I haven't rebuffed because I haven't entered. I'm not in until tomorrow, so
Oh, perfect.
so far so good.
You're up then. That's a good way to go.
Yeah.
So, Mike, let's get to the big topic that's happened out at the Borgata, and we were just talking about it on the air with Nate about this sneaking in the chip situation. And I mean, you've seen every trick in the book. How is it possible for one guy to possibly get 200 chips into play in the same day?
Well, obviously it's very dumb, and honestly, when I first heard about it and I heard about that many chips, I thought it was a team of like 4 or 5 guys that were doing it. I couldn't imagine one guy bringing in even 1 million worth of chips, let alone 2 million worth of chips, without somebody recognizing it and catching the guy. But it's an unfortunate situation, and I felt terrible for the people at Borgata because truthfully it could happen in any tournament, any place. But it's very obvious to me that in big tournaments now, that's multi-day events, it's going to take a little longer at the end of the day. But I think rather than just players just bag chips, like we do all the time at all the tournaments, I think dealers now have to count the chips down before they bag them and verify them before they put them in the bags. Then you'll know at the end of every day you can total up chips and see where you stand. So unfortunately, it's going to create a little more length of the day for players, but for security purposes, it looks to me like it's where we have to go.
Do you think that it was one person, or do you really think that there might be more people involved in this?
I think there might be more people involved, honestly, just myself. I just can't imagine one player thinking how he could put 1 million, and he had over 2 million worth of chips, but, to even put 1 million in play, I mean, even if you put in 5,000, 10,000 on every break, you don't get up to that total,
Right.
And it's just hard to imagine you can come back from a break and sit down where nobody at the table recognizes you got an extra 10,000 in chips. It's just hard for me to imagine that. And I can't imagine you're sitting next to somebody all day long, and then all of a sudden they got another 100,000 at the end of the night when you played with them. How you think you're going to get by with that? So it didn't make sense to me. It's very sad, and obviously it's a very rare situation that doesn't happen, in a blue moon. But I guess we just have to be more secure in multi-day events like this.
Yep, I would imagine so. And I would also suggest changing chip sets and rotating those through to different tournaments, because we do know that a lot of these tournaments use the same chips, event in and event out. Is that another possible solution?
Yeah, and it is a possible solution, but you're talking about a great expense to have different sets of chips and different denominations every day, and in different tournaments, and it's a big cost factor to the casino. And but obviously, in small buy-in tournaments, maybe a guy will take some chips out and bring in the same chips in a bigger buy-in tournament. If they're the same, it can happen, certainly. But, it's unfortunate, and I salute the job they did here, and I'm sure it was New Jersey Gaming, probably as much or more so than Borgata, that actually halted the tournament. And, I'm not sure exactly what they're going to do now with the final 27 players. I mean, those are the people I really feel sorry for, the honest players that played hard and got down to the final 27, and now what happens? I mean, certainly they must have an opportunity to play for some big prize, and Tad Duchateau told me today, the tournament director here at Borgata, because I asked him that question, and he said, it's unfortunate. He said, I think, I would like him to come back and replay it. Well, I can't imagine you can get everybody's schedule together where they can come back and play the tournament on. So that would create a problem. So, honestly, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm guessing the only viable solution is based on your chip count. That's the proportion of prize money that you'll get. That'll be my guess. But, I don't know. But I really feel sorry for players that weren't involved and yet played to get down that far where you're down to 27 players out of, thousands of players, and now you're penalized where you don't have a chance to make a big score.
Yeah, hey, have you ever seen anything quite like this in a tournament before?
No, I've never seen ever a tournament with this many entries stopped with 27 players left and halted and not finished. I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's an incredible story, and of course we'll all be following this as we go along. But let's talk about some good stuff. You're out at the Borgata having a great time in New Jersey, and I got to tell you, Mike, you're all over the place. You got to hang out with the, that whole thing with the Party Poker doing the work with the New Jersey Devils and the Philadelphia 76ers, and it's been a pretty exciting time.
Well, it is an exciting time, and it's exciting for Party Poker, of course, to get that sponsorship deal. It's the first mainstream sponsorship for an online gaming site with a top-notch professional sports franchise here in the United States. And certainly I think it's a great omen for several reasons. Number one, I think it brings instant credibility to the online gaming world, and I think it's definitely going to help in legalizing online gaming in other states and possibly federally. And certainly when it goes into other states, you're going to see those sports franchises doing the same things, getting sponsorship deals, multi-million-dollar deals with online gaming sites. So I think it's a win-win for everybody, and certainly it brings branding and credibility to Party Poker, and so I think it's a win for everybody.
So you're liking the decision to pull out when Ugia hit, and now you guys are coming back strong. Looking pretty good for the boys at Party Poker.
I didn't like it at the time, but I understood it. So, it was unfortunate, and now I'm just very happy that Party Poker is back in the U.S. again, even though just in New Jersey at the moment. But certainly we're all hoping that it's going to spread, the 15 or 20 states before long.
Yeah, when are we getting into Nevada? I'm dying to get on there.
What was that?
I'm sorry, when's it coming into Nevada, Mike? What's going on? I'm waiting.
Well, we're hoping. They just picked New Jersey to start with, and it looked like Nevada, honestly, when they first opened up, was well saturated with online sites that were going to open there, and the population base is such that, it's just an overcrowded market, honestly, and so we'll see what happens. I'm sure they're going to expand themselves, as much nationwide as they can. So, I look for things to happen in the future, certainly.
All right. Of course, we have the WPT event going on at Borgata right now, and I'm sure a ton of great players playing out there. What can we expect to see from this event at the Borgata Winter Open?
Well, certainly today had a larger first day than we had back in September here. So, they're looking for a field of over 1,000 again, and it could be 1,100, which is huge. One of the biggest events in the history of the WPT. So. I'll tell you, Borgata, the chip fiasco hasn't slowed anybody down. All the other events were up since that chip incident, incidentally, which I think is a credit to the casino and the poker room and the way players felt like they handled it. And, I think that's a positive sign for them. And obviously, I think we're going to have big numbers here for this event before the smoke clears at the end of tomorrow. So, we're excited about it, and certainly we're really excited about coming back here for the WPT World Championship. at the end of April, because I think it's going to more than triple the number of entries we've had the past couple of years.
Yeah, it's a great venue, and and what you said about the players having the ability to keep playing and coming out and playing all these events, really goes to show how much faith that everybody has in the Borgata. I mean, it's a class place, and I know Tab has done a wonderful job of running that room. And it really is one of the premier venues in the country. So it's going to be fun to see how this one turns out.
It's certainly one of the greatest poker venues in the world, if not the greatest. I mean, the tournament area is second to none here. The facility is second to none. The cash game poker room is second to not many, and it's just a really, really prominent poker palace, so to speak. And players do love coming here, no doubt about it.
Yeah. So, well, hey, by the way, next time when I see Vince, tell him I'm going to try and win that $100 instead of the one. He'll know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna get that money off of him. I swear to God. All right. Well, hey, Mike. Well, thanks for calling in real quick. I know you're taking a little time out of your day to give us a buzz. We certainly appreciate it. We'll look forward to seeing everything happen to the Borgata, and wish you all the best, my friend. Take care.
Well, I appreciate it, Mark, and we're excited on the World Poker Tour. Of course, we just got a big sponsorship deal with Monster, and that's the buzz of the poker world here right now. And all the players that came in today that are WPT champions, they are really throwing their chest out today because they were handed a brand new Monster headset, and they're all very proud of that, and they were happy to get them, and so it's been exciting for the players here.
All right, sounds good. Well, Mike, thank you for calling in. We appreciate it. Have a great evening out there at the Borgata. Win some money, buddy.
Okay, appreciate it, Mark. Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you too, my friend. Take care. All right, there you go. Mike Sexton, everybody, giving us a quick call, and we're rolling right along here. So bear with us for just a second, because we've got people calling all over the place. We've gotten popular. So bear with me for just one moment. And we're going to, this is crazy, because we're going to be getting somebody from the James Larson for the Heartland Poker Tour. And I've got to push up another guest. So we're improvising as we go. Oh, my God. This is crazy. We were shorthanded, and now we're just loaded up. So hang in there for just a second. In fact, let me get Nate back on the line here real quick. And we'll talk to Nate. Maybe he can give me a little stall time here for just a moment. Nate. Oh, wait, he hasn't answered yet. My apologies. This is the fun thing about this live show that we do on the internet. Things keep moving pretty quick. It's been something else. So bear with us just a second. Nate, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay,
yeah, I'm here.
Nate, yeah, hey, I'll tell you what. There we got a nice interview from Mike Sexton on there. And we are also going to be hearing now from...
I got to listen.
Yeah, so now it looks like James Larson is going to be calling in here in just a second. We're going to get him... Oh, God. And now Jimmy Lee's trying to call me.
James from the HPT. Now, he jumped off the stratosphere also.
Oh, did he now? Well, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we'll ask him about that. So everybody just hang in there. I've got all sorts of people trying to call. So I just texted Jimmy because I told this is a mess. This is a mess.
Trying to do too many things at once.
Yeah, this is pretty crazy. No, I mean, it's just a collision of guests all of a sudden. That's what happens on this show. You never know what happens on the Mark Hoke Show here on RogueWire.com. All right, so James Larson's going to be calling in here. We're going to get him on the show, and here we go. So just like that, we're going from World Poker Tour to Heartland Poker Tour. We got James Larson on the show. James, how are you?
Hey, it's James Larson. How you guys doing?
Hey, we're doing great. Very happy to have you on the show. Welcome.
Well, thank you very much. What's going on over there?
Oh, you really don't want to know. It's been a sick time for me. Show 397 is being done with on behalf of Halls. So It's been something else. But, it's about time we got somebody from the Heartland Poker Tour on here. Michael got this set up for us, and very happy to have you on the show. So how are things going, my friend?
Going great. Here we are in season 10 now. We had our first event on the cruise ship, of course, with Card Player Cruises, and that was really kind of a mini vacation for all of us. We had a good time. We were in the Caribbean. It was great, but now we're back here in California, Sacramento, and I didn't think we could do as good as we did last time we were here, but bam, 534 players show up, a huge prize pool, and we're going to give out $179,000 for first place. So we couldn't be any happier. And we work with a lot of poker rooms and a lot of poker room directors, but Ben Irwin here is a class act. They roll out the red carpet and really make it easy for us to do what we do here with the HPT.
It has been such a crazy ride for the Heartland Poker Tour over the years, especially in the past 3 or 4. I mean, of course, the tour started out as a small tour in the Midwest and now has gone nationwide. You had the whole thing with Epic, and it looked like the Heartland Poker Tour might have been done, and now you've come back so strong. What's the ride been like for HPT, especially over the last few years?
This is my 5th year now with this organization, and I'm not going to lie to you. There were some scary moments in there when we went through what we went through, but yeah, to persevere and to come back, I can really only thank our players. They love playing these events. I'm a poker player too. I like the way they're priced. I think the 1650 is, to win 180,000 for one bullet of 1650 is a great value, and the TV element in 90 million homes, people love that. And more than anything, it's like a big traveling family. Our crew knows all the players, a lot of the players, and they show up and they have a good time. We've always compared this to kind of a fishing weekend with your buddies. You take off on a Thursday or a Friday. Now it's a little longer with our structure, a little deeper, but still, you can be at home, Tuesday morning with $100,000 in your bank account. It's not too shabby.
No, not bad at all. I mean, it's amazing that the place that the Heartland Poker Tour is really found in the poker community. You see all sorts, such a diverse group of players. It's almost like, to me, when I see some of these events, it's almost like you have the amateur players mixed in with either some great players like Greg Raymer, and also some guys that are trying to make them back on the comeback trail, like you just had on the cruise where Kenna James took that event down. It's been very interesting to see how these fields have turned out and what it's been like to watch these final tables.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I just walked by the table here to do this interview, and JC Tran's still sitting there. We got 39 players left, and JC's in the mix. Great Casino, one of our regular players, he's still grinding away here in the last 39. But you're right. Then you see just the average person that plays these events, and that's always fun for me to have somebody that makes $40,000 a year. Maybe they work at the post office, and all of a sudden they end up at the final table. Whether they win it or min cash the final table, they're going home with just a bunch of money, and they get to play on TV. Because you're lying to yourself if you say you don't want to play on TV. That's what's so exciting. And we have great distribution with all of our partners, with the affiliates and whatnot. And 90 million homes is great. And to go back to your other question about how we kind of hung around, we don't want to boast, we don't want to brag, but we all know since Black Friday, a lot of TV shows went off the air. And I'm proud to say that, we're still doing it. I'm still with an organization that does it, and we're stronger than we ever were. We started off with just, a lot of farmers and average Joes, and now, we've got Phil Hellmuth, the Greg Ramers, J.C. Tran. The list goes on and on. Our tour it's a lot of fun, and whether you're a big name pro or just a regular guy, you can come on out, have some fun, and make some good cash.
Now, I got to ask you this. Of course, your last player of the year, Alan Kessler. Now, how in God's name did Alan Kessler end up being the player of the year on the Heartland Poker Tour? And what was that like for you guys having to cover Alan table in and table out?
Well, Alan, I consider a friend of mine now, and I'm saying this publicly. I'd say it if he was standing right here. Alan can be a challenge at times, all the time. But
really,
what I like about Alan is his love for the game. He respects the game, and he wants to, he wants the rules enforced. The only issue is sometimes it's Alan's way or the highway. He thinks that he sometimes is always right, but he's, believe it or not, helped us a little bit too. He's given some solid advice, structure, and things like that. But how he made Player of the Year is classic Alan Kessler. He holds on to his chips. He gets to the cash. He holds on to a few more and gets to the final table. Has never started one of those final tables as the top 3 in chips. Always went on the lower end of the stack, but he's a grinder. He's the chainsaw. We all know how he got his name, and the guy just played very conservatively and just kind of backdoor his way into it. But I don't want to take anything away from that accomplishment. He is our Player of the Year reigning, and I'm sure we'll see him a lot coming up here in 2014.
I think that's one thing that's been great about the Heartland Poker Tour is that you guys have been very open to listening to player suggestions. A lot of places, they'll kind of give that lip service, but you guys have done such an outstanding job when, guys like Alan, Daniel Negreanu, and others have given you advice. You guys have been willing to take it and run with it and see what happens, for better or worse. And I think that's one of the nice things about the tour is that you guys don't have your heads up in the clouds. You're still there with the average player and able to take in things and go with it.
And, I think it all starts off as we're very average people. We're not, as you know, based in Los Angeles. We're not in Las Vegas. The headquarters are in Fargo, North Dakota. And to grow a business, you've got to listen to people, and you got to listen to your customers. These are the people that keep us in business. These regulars, and I'll use a great casino's name again, Stan Jablonski, the guys that play every stop. We don't give them any, extra treatment or anything like that. But if they say something, we're going to listen. And then I take it, to Jen or Fred, and we talk about what's best for, the players. And if there's one thing that everybody comes up and tells me now is they love our structure. And Daniel Negreanu, hats off to him. We went to the expert, and now we've got this deep structure. Nobody wants to jump into a turbo, 1650. You throw a couple bolts, that adds up quick. You want the structure to be right. You want to have plenty of chips in play, and that's really helped our business model. I'm telling you that right now, changing this structure. We needed to do it years ago. I remember year 1 and 2. Hi, I'm James with the Heartland Poker Tour. Hi, I'm Bill. Your structure sucks. I heard that in every market I went to, but now it's the opposite. I love your structure. Keep it up, and that makes us feel good that our customers and our players are happy.
I think that's one thing that people don't realize is that you guys are based out of Fargo, North Dakota. I went to North Dakota State. Of course, home of the now 3-time national champion North Dakota State Buzz.
Right.
Actually, 11-time national champions, just 3 in a row here now. Sorry, but how interesting is that to be running a major poker tour out of Fargo? I mean, I know the city well, so I know what people are like up there. But when most people hear Fargo, they're like, "What? Are you kidding?"
Right, and we're never there. The editors are there, and then the staff guys are there. But we're on the road now 24, 25 weeks a year. And the last time I checked, I think there's 52 total in the calendar. So we're always in these exotic places. I just got off a cruise ship. We did 7 days in the Caribbean. Now we're in California. We'll take a week off for the Super Bowl. We head over to Fresno, and then we come home, and then we go to Colorado after that. So, I always tell young people when I speak, sometimes at the TV classes or whatever, I say, it doesn't really matter where you live as long as you got a job that you can travel around and get on an airplane and go see the sights and things like that. So, but I think living in Fargo, with the core crew living in Fargo, it's kept everybody pretty humble too as this thing got bigger. And we know we're still we're not the biggest show out there. We don't want to be. We just want to put on a good product and make people happy and make good television and send people home with a nice little payday.
Yeah, and I think that one thing you guys have done is, while you did expand, you haven't gone crazy with it. And, there's a point where you could have maybe gone too far with the success that you've had. And, you're able to kind of keep things in check a little bit and continue to make sure you're serving the players great. And that's one thing I really love about the HPT. So congratulations to you guys on that. So tell us.
Yeah,
about...
well, thank you. It's been a fun journey, and now we're seeing some of those rewards. So it's great.
Like a nice cruise. How'd the cruise go?
Yeah, the cruise was fun. Linda Johnson, of course, Jan Fisher. Spending a week with those guys is great. You learn so much. We play a lot of poker, and for Fred and I, our job responsibilities were about half as what we have to do on a normal event. So we really just took time off and we sat in the poker room. And if you're ever thinking about doing a cruise like this and you love poker, this is the way to do it because it's cold outside. You can be warm for a week, and every day there's a great 1-3 game or a 2-5 game, whatever it is you want to play. Every day the poker room's jamming, and it's just the card player cruises people. Everybody's got their name tag on. I've met some really good friends. Steve Fox, a good friend of mine, I met him 2 years ago. He final tabled actually this year and last year. He's turned into a great friend of mine from this cruise, and there's other people like that, but Linda Johnson just does a great job. Everybody loves her. It's a lot of fun. We got to see some sights, but I'm not going to lie to you. Freddie and I, we ate a lot, we drank a lot, and we played a lot of poker.
This is not a surprise, not at all. Well, and of course, Kenneth James winning that event. Kenneth had just won a big tournament, the Wynn Classic main event in July. He's a name that a lot of people know, but he went off the radar for a while. But Ken is playing incredible poker right now. Do you think we could be seeing a renaissance for Kenneth James?
I think so. And, if you call up his bio, Kenna, second place isn't bad, but he's had quite a few second place finishes. So this was good for him. He's won events. We know that. But this was for him, and he gave a great speech afterwards, and he teared up a little, and he thanked his girl who was right there with him. And I agree with you. I think this is going to be the start of a really good year for him. I watched a lot of his play throughout the week, and he's a good player, but he's a fun guy to have at the table. It's so hard to mix that up, to be competitive, but he's a fun guy. He's smiling, he's laughing, making jokes. We handed him the microphone. He sang a few songs at the final table while we're playing for thousands of dollars. But I hope this is a year for him because, I meet a lot of poker players, and it's always nice when the good guys win one. It's refreshing, and it's you want to see guys like him rise to the top and have success.
Yeah, and so many great players are coming out of these Heartland Poker Tour events. What do you think are some of the great stories over the past few years that you guys have had coming out of Heartland, where players have gotten into the tour and then made names for themselves and continued on? Who are some of the people that stick out to you?
I've seen so many. There's a lot of great stories, and I think of the folks that maybe you don't know of or you didn't hear of. I talked to a girl on the cruise, and she, scraped her money together, got into a satellite, and parlayed $360 into like $15,000. And she pulled me aside on the cruise and said, this really meant a lot to me. I needed this money. It was great. In gambling, you hear a lot of the negative stories, but this was a positive story, and it made me feel good. She gave me a hug and thanked us for everything we do. And she's a woman who probably hasn't even had that much tournament experience, but played well, got through the field and cashed last year on the cruise, and it just kind of made her day. But you talk about the big success stories. I'll talk about Craig Casino again, who's turned into an HPT household name. I mean, this guy comes into Colorado a few years ago and wins the whole thing for $286,000. I mean, think about that for a regular guy, $286,000. I mean, that's quite a payday, and it's made him the ability to play more tournaments, play more events, play bigger events. But he's smart about it. He didn't get crazy, and because the other thing I got to tell you, I've heard the other sides of the stories. We hand somebody $200,000, they show up a year later and say, "Guys, I need some advice. I'm broke and I forgot to pay my taxes." That's never a situation that you want to be into. But on the brighter side, we've made some celebrities out of people, made a few household names, I think, and we can't forget about the year Greg Raymer won 4 of them. I mean, that to me, we kind of stopped talking about it. But isn't that insane that a guy wins 4 of our events in 1 year? I mean, it can never happen again.
No, I mean that's one of the greatest feats in poker, and that was such a exciting thing to see with Greg. So, yeah, I mean, and Lord knows there's probably more great stories coming up soon. Like what's happening in Thunder Valley right now? Can you give us an update on there?
Well, right now we are down to I think 39 when I left, so probably about 35 by the time I get back in there. First place, 179,000 up top. And JC Tran's in there. There's a few other notables that I'm going to go back in the room and find out. But it's just been a great event here, and I'm just happy with the numbers. Back up to 500 and 534. I think we're about down 5 from last year. But anytime you can roll 500 people into an event like this, it's just great. And we're hoping for the same success in Fresno here in a week. So it should be a good year for us on the HPT.
Yeah, you got events, courts coming up in Fresno, and then we got Colorado coming up, Missouri, and back to Agua Caliente, which should be a lot of fun. Mississippi, Daytona Beach. You're keeping busy, my friend.
Yeah, and whenever people ask me what event should I go to, they're all great, but that Colorado event, we've done $1 million there the last 5-6 times. That's the one you want to go to. And that's the one you want to run good at, because first place is going to be a nice payday, and Going into the mountains is fun. It's just enjoyable. The weather's usually good. We've had our fair share of snow and mudslides and rock slides, but for the most part, the weather's been decent. We always have a lot of fun out there in Colorado.
Oh, let's not get caught in those. Geez, you get enough problems up with the snow up in Fargo.
Yeah, I know, right? So this is nice right now. It's 20 below back home, and I'm standing outside here in the parking garage, and it's 65 degrees and sunny. It's been perfect. So it's nice for us to be on a cruise for a week and then California for a week. It's not too shabby.
Yeah, confirm a story for me, by the way, okay? Because I've told people this through many years. When it snows in Fargo and there's a significant snowfall, it doesn't go away until late April, early May. Am I correct?
Pretty much. The crew, they reside in Fargo. I live in Iowa, of all places, even a little bit. Oh, it's not as cold, but it's still pretty cold. But yeah, up there's always snow. It's always there. It doesn't go away. The sun may shine, but none of the snow melts, and it stays till about April. And then up there in Fargo, then they get the floods in the summertime. So it's really kind of a double-edged sword for them.
Yeah, it's been, I actually remember I did some sandbagging up there when I was in college. We actually saved
sure.
the NDSU's president's house one time going down sandbagging his place. Yeah, it gets crazy up there, that's for sure. So, but
absolutely.
But I'm glad you guys are doing all right. So what else? What can we expect to see from you out on the tour? If people aren't familiar with you and what you do with HPT, give them a little rundown on what your role is and what type of stuff you're presenting to everybody.
Sure. Well, my main job is the sideline reporter. I do all the web interviews and all the fun stuff, the Twitter stuff. I do all that leading up to the event, and then at the final table, I call the action for the producers in the back. I run the final table, and then I'm able to do the knockout interviews as well. The stars of the show are Fred and Maria. I'm just kind of I run for coffee. I do that, and then I do a lot of interviews as well. But it's fun for me. I really get to work the social media with the Twitter and Facebook and everything we do. They had me jump off the top of the stratosphere in November, for God's sake. 855 feet, I jumped off the top of the stratosphere. So when you got my job, it's not always ideal working conditions, but that was a fun one.
I just had a friend of mine do that. What is the experience like jumping off the strat?
I tell you what, it's all leading up to it. It's just scarier than scary. You don't want to look down, and that was my key to the success. I never looked down. I stared out at the mirage. I had cameras on my arm, camera crew following me. I couldn't chicken out. There's no way at that point. I said to myself, if I die, I'm going to die doing this. If this is my final spot, this is what it's going to be. But it wasn't as scary once you jump because it wasn't really a free fall. It was more of a suspended type of fall. So really it was the anxiety leading up to it and just my life kind of flashing before my eyes before I jumped.
I will not do that. You couldn't pay me enough to make that jump. I commend you for having the balls to do that. Way to go.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and it was Fred's idea. He didn't want to do it. He had me do it, but that's a typical producer.
Of course. Yeah. Hey, this looks like a great idea, man. You do it. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're going to have to bump him out of there.
Yeah.
So, if anybody wants to follow what's happening on the Heartland Poker Tour, of course, a current event going on in Thunder Valley right now and so much more coming, give everybody the rundown on what they need to do and who they need to follow.
The best thing to do is go to the website, hptpoker.com. Michael Reed, who lined up this interviews, he's doing the live updates as we speak. And then, of course, our Twitter handle is just @HPTPoker. You can follow me directly at @HPTJames. I spell it a little differently, JAYMZ. I guess there's really no story behind it. People think I'm a part-time rapper. I just saw it spelled that way, lifted it years ago. But @HPTJAYMZ, you can follow me. And just go to our website. If you're thinking about playing an event, maybe you're listening to this interview and you're thinking, I could do that, or maybe I want to win $180,000. Find an event that's close to you. Airline tickets these days, if you book them far enough in advance, $250, $300 gets you there. Qualifiers as low as, Satties as low as $60, $85. Parlays into a 360, and boom, you take that 360 and you turn it into 10, 15, 20. Who knows? Maybe 100,000. But what I like about the 1650. If I was a player, it's low enough where you could fire a couple of bullets, even you're not even to 5,000 with 2 bullets. That's what makes it nice.
Well, we wish you all the best of luck, and hopefully I'll see you guys when you come back out to the Strat. I'm in Vegas now, so maybe I'll.
Sounds good. Anytime you want to come to an event, we'll take care of you, and we'd love to have you.
Oh, wow. I'm going to hold you to that.
Do it. Absolutely.
See, now why can't Michael give me that answer? I like you better, James.
I know. We don't have enough time to talk about him right now.
Yeah.
But you come on out. We'll take good care of you, and hopefully you can win the whole thing.
Sounds like a plan. Well, James, thanks for calling in. I do appreciate it on short notice, and good luck with everything on the Heartland Poker Tour and the event at Thunder Valley right now.
Sounds good. Appreciate you having me on the show. Take care.
Yep, you got it.
All right. Bye-bye.
There you go, James Larson, everybody, for the Heartland Poker Tour. We just keep it on rolling. And this man's not even going to give me a second. This is unbelievable. Doesn't anybody know I'm sick? Jimmy Lee, the Jersey Outlaw, joining us here on the Mark Hoke Show. What's up, sir?
How you doing, my good friend? Long time no see.
I miss you, you sexy son of a gun.
I miss you. Well, I want to sleep with you. That's how much I love you right now.
Oh, Jimmy.
I mean, my relationship is always with you, Mark. Been on and off. Every time I get on, you tell me to get off.
Yeah,
but I'm hoping you change your mind this time.
Jimmy, I don't think that's happening, brother. Sorry.
How you doing, brother?
Oh, other than this damn cold, you guys have no idea, by the way, how many times I'm flipping the microphone on and off because I am dying right now.
You're sick? You're not feeling good?
Oh, I've been sick for. I didn't tell anybody, but I've been sick for like a month. And
you
I finally
go to the doctor.
I did go to the doctor. That's why I'm
You're
taking.
sick for a month. There's something not right. Maybe you got, bronchitis or something.
Yeah, they gave me some pills. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But speaking of fun, Jimmy, I got to tell you, it's great to have you back on the show. Of course, the man, the myth, the legend, one of the great poker songwriters, along with doing comedy and everything else. So,
right.
So Jimmy, what the hell's going on with you, man? You're all over the place.
I am working more harder now than I think I've ever worked. I started a year ago doing comedy, and it's doing so good. I did my 50th show last night, and I'm doing great with it. I'm a natural at it. It's so much fun. I'm doing it in New York, in Vegas, in Jersey. I've done some in Florida, and just having fun. It's kind of old school Vegas type comedy, and just combines elements of Dangerfield, Rickles, and Red Fox. And my website, if anybody wants to check that out, is Jimmy Lee Comedy. But the real deal is America's favorite poker rocker. Who is that, Mark? Who are we talking about?
Lady Gaga? No,
Mark, I don't want to spank you on the air. Jersey Outlaw, Jimmy Lee.
Oh, I know.
So you guys know, I just want to say in here, I've taken the poker world by storm through my music, and a few years ago started to do poker songs. And in 2011, we brought out I'm All In, which are a critically acclaimed song we wrote with Danielle Adams-Benham. And then we followed that up with Hit the River Running. And those two songs caught on like wildfire. And as my fan base has grown and my appearances have grown with different events, we went into the studio last year and we did two more poker songs, Card Shark and How the Cards Fall. So just having a lot of fun, doing a lot of events, and love all the poker people. Everybody's supportive of me, and I enjoy my little niche that I found. You know what I mean?
You betcha. And, of course, you're going to be doing a big event coming up, and we're going to talk to everybody about that in just a second, but I promised we'd play some of your great music, so I've got I'm All In queued up. So why don't we play that, and then we'll have more with the Jersey Outlaw here on the Mark Hoke Show. So enjoy the song, and we'll be right back.
Thank you, buddy.
Everybody's watching as I hit the floor. Hold up, raise me always no time to slip up. All of your bluff when it's time to deliver. Cream, hold it down from the flop to the river. Ante up, feel me a winner. My bankroll heavy, yours get thinner. Beginning with luck, royal flush. I'm on top, betting it all for the stack of the jackpot. Yeah.
What do you think about that? I'm all in. And as a matter of fact, I'm all in.
Ain't no best shots over here.
I'm all in. Yeah, looking like that. I'm all in.
And there you go, Jersey Outlaw. I'm all in.
All in, baby, with Mark Hoke always.
Hell yeah. Screw everybody else. I'm the man. Oh, my God. That's terrible. Anyway, Jimmy, hey, I got to talk to you, of course, about before I do, though, I got to mention to everybody here real quick. Of course, you still have time to sign up to get into the Off-Tail Poker Tables Tournament Series, event number 7 coming up here. It's starting in about 6 minutes. So if you want to get in there, PokerStars.net, then click on the Home Games tab. Club ID is 629454, and password is LockItUp1. So, or not, that's the old one. Password is RogueWire. I'll take more drugs now. Thank you.
I'll give me some too, Mark.
Oh, well, you don't want the ones I'm taking. But anyway, Now, Jimmy, you're going to be out at the Aces and Angels event coming up here. It's a great fundraiser. These Aces and Angels event, we've seen some unbelievable stars at these, like, Leanne Tweeden, one of my personal favorites. Got to interview her about one of these, and I know Michael Eekman, who runs them.
Right, Mike Eekman runs it, and at this event is Phil Hellmuth, Jamie Gold as the poker host and ambassadors, and I'm the poker rocker with the poker music. It's this Tuesday, January 28th, 6 o'clock, I think, till midnight at Prince George Ballroom in New York, New York. It's a salute to the Wounded Warriors and Poker for Life, the Torch event, and a lot of other people are sponsoring this. And Mike Eggman's doing a great job, nice enough to invite me. And I just want to, on the air, say thank you, Mike. And he's got my songs queued up, ready to go. And this is going to be a big event. This is a biggie.
Oh, it's huge.
I mean, he's done stuff at the Playboy Mansion, this guy, and he's done stuff at the Palms, and this guy's the real deal. Yeah. I feel honored to be invited, to be honest.
Yeah, it's an amazing event. No, I believe Phil Hellmuth is going to be there, correct?
Phil Hellmuth is in Jamie Gold, right, and then me. Yep.
Okay, so I'll tell Jamie to be nice to you. I can't make any guarantees on Phil, though.
I'm going to spank him.
He might spank you back. You better watch out.
He probably will stack me before I even hit the table.
Yeah, you bet. But make sure you guys, if you want to get to the, it's up in New York City here coming up on Tuesday, and boy, it's just a lot of fun. I
want to also say, Mark, Jerry Schwartz and Ethan Ruby, they have their Poker for Life event Thursday, April 24th. The Outlaw will be in at that event too, and they do a great event. It's ironically, I'm believing, at the same spot, which is the Prince George Ballroom. It's on 27th Street. That's a few months out, and I just want to say to the folks on the radio, we're going to be in Vegas the end of April, beginning of May, and just starting now, Mark, to get some things lined up. We're out there the 28th or 29th to May 3rd, so if you have anything, Mark, for me, line it up as I'm doing the same thing. But we're going to be out there last week of April, first week of May.
All right. So, man, I got to tell you, for people that don't know, Jimmy's been coming on my show for, since it started.
Years.
Since it started,
yeah.
2.5 years.
You were at one of my photo shoots up at the Chelsea in Atlantic City with the Bandito girls back in, 2011 was it? It's like almost 3 years now.
Yep, you bet.
Yeah, Mark and I go back, and when you started, right, Mark? To be honest, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much so.
So, and it's a long road. This isn't a joy road. This is a journey. And if you're not on the bus full time, don't go on it, right, Mark?
That is very true. I think one thing that people, don't know about when you're doing entertainment like this. Man, you're digging into your own pocket. You're working hard. You're trying to pull everything together.
That's exactly right, Mark. And people don't know that are not behind the scenes. I'm always digging in to my own pocket and taking care of everybody for me, just to get out there and get known and get branded.
Yeah, I mean, and the music's great. The comedy, and I felt bad, Jimmy. I got to apologize to you because Jimmy was out here doing comedy at the
You
Sapphire
missed
Club.
my show. I got my feelings hurt. I actually
Oh,
cried after the show. You were invited to the one show, but did you get sick?
Yeah, I
think
did.
You got sick.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm having a hell of a time out here. I'm trying to get used to everything. I think I'm catching like every little bug and virus and whatever
You
they
better
can throw at me.
go to internist and get on the right medication.
I could just stop
like
being
a strong
fat
antibiotic
too.
you need.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm doing. It's.
But Mark, I want to say this, and I want to say this on the air. We've had so many supportive media people, and we just got a write-up in Rock on Philly, Jimmy Lee, America's Poker Rocker. I'm right now getting a write-up in Atlantic City Lifestyle Magazine. As we were just before your show, I'm sending everything over to this lady. And Whitney Ullman, my publicist, interviewed the president of WPT today and mentioned me, and he may be interested in my music. So there's a chance you may see me and my music at WPT, which would be a huge leap. So I think you got to hang in and be there and continue to write and work real hard. And eventually some people get interested. And if you're not on that bus long term and willing to invest in time and money, don't do it. And, you're doing the same thing. I always told you I admired you because you and me are the same. We kind of started out the same time. Maybe I started out a little before you, but it's the same thing. You're doing radio and I'm doing music, but we're doing the same thing.
Yeah,
it's the same exact journey.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait till you get out here and you can be on my show on KLAV that's on Wednesdays at 2 p.m.
I'm gonna hit. What time's your show on Wednesday?
2 p.m. Pacific time.
All right, so I'm out there. I think I come out Tuesday. So you know what, Mark? I'll come to that show.
Boom.
Live. I will come live Wednesday to your show. I think I'm coming Tuesday. If I'm not, I'll come Tuesday so I can hit your show Wednesday. Is that a deal?
You bet. Done. Consider it booked.
Good. Trying to think what else to tell you. I told you about the poker bench. The comedy I mentioned a little earlier. Doing well with that and starting to do longer spots and do more featured spots in a lot of clubs. And it's just kind of like the music and the poker. It's contacts and building nice relationships with people and always doing more for them initially than they do for you, so they invite you back because there's so many comics, Mark.
Yeah. Oh, it's tough.
Yeah.
I can tell you. I met a lot of comedians out here, and man, they struggle and fight every day to just get a little bit of money in their pocket.
Just to get a show.
It's tough. It's tough.
And if you don't have a lead set of balls and stamina, you won't be able to do it.
Yeah.
And you got to also be funny too.
Well, see, that's where I question you, Jimmy. I don't know if you're really that funny, but I tell you what, give everybody a good joke here. Let's hear it.
A good joke?
Yeah.
Well, here's a good joke. I took my wife to the presidential suite at the Motel 6 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
I'm a very big spending market. I went in, there was a mirror. There was a bed. When we walked in, there was a mirror above the bed. It said, objects may appear larger than they actually are. So I got excited, and I got ready to make love, and then Mark Hoke actually showed up to work the light. And I'm making love, passionate love, for about 2 minutes. And I said, honey, why are you so quiet? She said, I'm in the bathroom, you idiot. And I said, stay there. And she said, why? I said, I'm actually doing better without you.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I told her the other night, Mark, I wanted to be on the bottom, and I wanted her to be up on the top. And she went out and came home, Mark, with a bunk bed. So I was on the bottom and she was on the top. But I got even, Mark. I got a strobe light, those flashing lights. Now when I make love to her, it looks like she's actually moving.
Wow.
On the honeymoon night, Mark, I said, honey, am I the first one? She said, why does everybody ask me that same question?
Oh,
you know,
my
Mark,
God,
that the
Jimmy.
Italians invented the toilet seat, but the Jews were smart enough to put a hole in the middle of it.
Oh, my God, Jimmy.
And I'm going to tell you my last joke, Mark. I did a good deed today. Can I tell you what I did?
Sure, knock me out.
I caught a handicapped guy, Mark, trying to park in one of our spots. I kicked him right out. You better make one of my shows in the end of April. I'm going to have, I think, 2 to 3 shows when I'm out there, and possibly a poker event or two. So I'm going to see you, Wednesday when I first get in. So you'll know my schedule, and you got to make time. And I'm going to take you out to Olive's for lunch too one day. My treat.
Sounds like a plan, my friend.
Yeah. So I'm excited, and I'm glad to see you're doing better. You're on radio now, and I looked at your sponsor sheet earlier, and you got like 20 sponsors. You're doing great, and that's just fortitude and hard work. And you're very good, Mark, at what you do. I've always told you that, and I mean that from my heart. You're very talented, and the thing you're doing differently than most is you don't quit. You keep going. You have a cold and you're working. You work sick like I do. So that's the difference. That's what separates, the men from the boys.
Well, thank you, Jimmy. It's awfully kind of you.
I mean it. You've got the same work ethic I have. On a slow week, I'm working 60, 70 hours a week. All weekend, Mark, I worked. I mean, I'm with my family, but I'm working on the internet all weekend. I'm sending stuff to media people for this event so I can get a lot of press. I'm like acting as my own PR person, and Whitney helps me, but I do a lot myself. It's the truth.
Can Whitney help me?
People that are successful do most everything themselves. That's really the truth.
Can Whitney help me when she comes out here, if you know what I mean?
Whitney can help you, but Whitney's not my style. I love her, but she's not Asian or Spanish.
Oh,
it's not gonna happen.
She's right
She's not
up
a
my
bandito
alley.
girl. If you want, did you meet Whitney?
Yeah, I met Whitney. God, she's freaking gorgeous.
No, I know. Whitney's my buddy. I love her. Whitney Ullman's my publicist. She's Miss Atlantic City. To everybody who's listening, she covers all the media events, and she's my pal. But she's not a bandito. She's a PR girl and a media personality that covers the entertainment in Atlantic City. And she's really good at what she does. And you know what, Mark? She works like we work. And that's why she's starting to make a dent and do well. It's all because of her. She's really good at what she does, and she's attractive, and she loves it. And she makes friends. She creates warmth and energy, and people love her.
Well,
they really do.
Well, maybe we can make her a Hokamaniac when she comes out to Las Vegas.
Why don't we do that? Why don't you, Mark, when you get big, have the high intensity Hoke girls or Hoke's high intensity girls, and we'll set them up. And when you travel and tour with your posse out of limo, you'll have 4 of them. I travel with 2. You'll travel with 4.
Well, yeah,
you need more than me. You have more energy than me. You're a little bit younger than me.
Yeah, you got that right. Oh man.
So you're not down in AC then, right? For WPT, right?
No,
you're
I'm
in Vegas, right?
No, I'm still out in I'm in Las Vegas, my friend. Hanging out here for a while yet. I'll probably start doing some. We have a lot of plans here, so we're going to be doing some things after the World Series.
So and do big events. You're just going to stay in Vegas because there's so much in Vegas.
Oh no, we're going
to leave.
We're going to be getting out of here after the World Series. So.
Okay, cool, good.
Yeah, but a lot happening. So. Well, Jimmy. Of course, if anybody, you mentioned the Jimmy Lee Comedy. Jeez, I can't even talk. The Jimmy Lee Comedy.com, and of course, JimmyLeeSongs.com.
JimmyLeeSongs.com is the music website, which has all my stuff. If you guys go on there, all the poker songs and all my songs are on there, and that's where all my music is for everybody that wants to listen. And on the air, Danielle Adams Benham. She's been a big help to me in promotion and in co-writing songs. And if she's listening, I want to thank her because she has been a big impetus. I just want to say here, she's the one that told me to start to write poker music. And she was the impetus behind me to do it. And I want to say, Danny, thank you. I love you, and you're precious. And I haven't even met her. She lives in Australia, but she's been a big help. And, she got me on the cover of Australian Poker Weekly 2 years ago with her. And you need a team of people, just like I need you, Mark, and I need her, and I'm appreciative and thankful for everybody that helps. We had a lot of poker press in 2011 from Card Player, 80 Up, Poker Pro, Card Shark in Europe. I thank all those people for believing in me and, writing about me. It's easy to have a friend when you're at the top, Mark, but not when you're at the bottom. And I'll say on the air, when the whole world booed, Mark Hoke stood by me. I wish the people on the air what I have, people around you who care, and that's not easy to find. Did I say that right, Mark? Or
you
wrong?
did. You did. You're all good, brother.
And I mean that. When you work hard, you're appreciative and you're grounded.
Yeah. So all right. Well, brother.
Mark, thank you so much for having me.
Not a problem.
I love you, buddy.
All right, and we'll play Hit the River Running a little later on in the show because I didn't even get to do a commercial break yet. So we'll give you another sample of Jimmy Lee's music later on.
All right, so Hit the River Running real quick, guys, is another one of my poker songs. It's my second hit single that came out in 2011. And one last thing, Mark, these songs are on the CD Kid Vegas, these poker songs, the first 2 ones, and that's available at CD Baby iTunes, and all the songs can be viewed on YouTube. Okay, buddy?
You bet. And Jimmy will be at the Aces and Angels event coming up. So on Tuesdays, go to aces-angels.org, and you can hang out with Phil Hellmuth, Jamie Gold, and the Jersey Outlaw Jimmy Lee. My friend, thank you for calling in. I appreciate it. It's good to hear
I love
from
you,
you
buddy.
again.
Please stay in touch too, Mark.
You got it, my friend. Take care.
All right, baby. Have a good night, hon.
You too.
I'm all in with Mark Hoke.
Yeah.
All right, buddy. Have a good night, Mark.
All right. We'll see you.
All right.
Jersey Outlaw Jimmy Lee there, everybody. All right. We got to get a commercial break in, and we're going to fire up, get Nate Dowland back on the show. We also have our Off-Till Poker Tables Tournament Series event underway. You've got about a minute and a half to get back in there. All right. So if you haven't done it, I'm still watching the big board. All right, so let's take a break, and we'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. I want to thank everybody for joining us, putting up with the raspy voice of yours truly. I certainly do appreciate it. So stick around, everybody, and we will be right back.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel apparel.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages, or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water, and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code Mark Hoke Show when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
At Team Poker Joker, we build innovative, high-performance, poker-focused apparel designed to keep you cool and calm in tough situations. Wait, no we don't. We've just got a cool brand representing the suits of this beautiful game called poker. Our gear won't make you better, but it will keep a smile on your face. So don't be so serious and show you know how to have fun on and off the tables. Grin and win when you get your Poker Joker gear today at TeamPokerJoker.com right now.
It's time for the Poker Plays You Can Use strategy segment.
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double-Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at doubledigitcovers.com and call now for today's free winner at 1-855-489-3500. That's 1-855-489-3500. Stop guessing and start winning today at doubledigitcovers.com.
This is the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, and we are back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Yeah, it's going super smooth today, isn't it? What a wild hour. We started the show an hour late today because honestly, I feel terrible right now. And I'll, when Nate gets on, I'll tell the story about how this all came through. But I've also been having a heck of a time here with the little program that sets up how my screens look and everything, and it's kind of ticking me off a little bit. So we're doing the best we can with that, but we do have our Off-Tail Poker Tables Tournament Series going on right now. And I'm going to get Nate Dowland back on the show. Let him say hi. Mostly because I can't. Thank God I'm not talking very much, but Nate's going to save me through the tournament. Looks like right now in the tournament, we are on...
Well, hello there.
Hey, there's Nate. So
there I am.
So we're on level 4 coming up here. Looks like... we're on level 3. We're on level 3, excuse me. No, we're on level 4. I'm sorry. 40-80 stakes. Shut up, Nate. Oh, Andy of 8. Oh, man, I'll tell you what. I'm playing some limit stud right now. Looks like we got 20 players in the tournament, so a decent little turnout for tonight. Nate, that was one hell of a run.
Of interviews?
Yes.
Yeah, it was.
Look,
absolutely.
So, well, here's what happened. Because, I mean, Nate... No, I'm sorry. I covered up my screen here. I'm trying to move windows around. I apologize. Is when I got a hold of Nate today, and Nate said, I was like, Nate, we were supposed to have one of the guys from the Heartland Poker Tour on, Fred, and unfortunately, Fred got delayed in the flight. So I was down to Jimmy Lee, which is not bad. Jimmy Lee's a great guy and a fun guest to talk to, as I'm sure you know, Nate.
Then you end up getting James Larson, Mike Sexton. You're amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, so I hop on Skype, and I'm like, okay, well, I see Eric Ramsey's on there. Of course, Eric handles all the media for World Poker Tour. So I say, hey, Ramsey, you want to call into the show real quick, tell her what's going on at Borgata? He says, oh, I can't. I'm not allowed to do it anymore, apparently, but let me see what I can get for you. So we either have Mike or the president of the World Poker Tour line up for me. And then Michael Reed from Heartland Poker Tour said, hey, I got you James. I'm like, and of course I'm an idiot. And I said James who right off the bat, and I was like, oh shit.
James who?
HBT? I was like, last name quick.
There's only one James.
Yeah, and because I went kind of brain dead there. But it was so all of a sudden. So here's what's going on in the background. So Mike calls, right? So I'm talking to Nate. Mike calls. So I get Mike on, and then while I'm interviewing Mike, James is calling in. And Michael Reed is telling me, "Hey, hey, James is calling in right now. I'm trying to get him on. He's coming on." I'm like, "Oh shit, okay." So while I'm finishing up with Mike, James is on, and then while James is on, Jimmy Lee is calling.
Anybody else want to call in?
You guys
get helmets to call in.
You guys can. We do have a new call in number, 702-997-3015 is the new show's call in number. Same. Just the last 2 digits have changed. Just to make it simple for you guys, I tried to make it as easy as possible. So now I don't have to switch Skype accounts either, which is good. I was waiting for the old one to run out. It did. So there we go.
Now what's up?
Oh,
now you got a new one.
Yeah, that's exciting. So if you guys want to call the show, 702-997-3015 is your number. And Casino Examiner was a little cranky today in the chat box, by the way. Did you guys see that?
I did.
Yeah, he's a little cranky. He's like, everybody's coming out to promote stuff. Well, that's usually a lot of times why people do come on the show.
That's exactly why people come on your show.
Well,
and that's what radio's for, is promoting things.
Pretty much. You ever watch the Tonight Show? Those guys are whoring everything out. Water. That's good.
But we're playing poker, too. We can complain about poker players. You want us to complain about poker players? We can complain.
God, I'm so sick about complaining about poker players. This has been the shittiest start in 2014. I swear to
For
God.
what?
Well, you got the Who Jedi scandal. Then we get this Borgata scandal. And if you heard Mike Sexton in the last hour, said he's never seen anything like this on a large scale.
We demanded regulation. We've got it.
Yeah, well, this is what you get.
Yeah, and it's strong. Regulation's strong.
Very strong.
We're going to see what happens to this guy in the real world of online poker, or of poker cheats, and then hopefully we don't have to or get screwed over again in online.
Yeah, good luck on that one.
Well,
This guy is going
to make sure that the sites aren't screwing us like Ultimate Bet did, where they've allowed people to see our cards and whatnot.
Yeah, this guy's going to get crushed. Christian Lusardi, in case you've been living under a rock, of course, was busted for putting the counterfeit chips into the Borgata tournament. What a idiot.
I say he gets at least 10 years, and then he's probably going to be on parole for the rest of his life, and he'll never be allowed in a casino again that recognizes his face.
Here's how weird poker players are sometimes. You know what people were saying? I was watching this all come in on Twitter, and nobody was saying throw the book at him, leave him in jail for 25 years, blah blah blah. They were saying ban him. You guys get off the online lingo mindset a little bit. This is a felony. They go to jail. I don't care about banning him from casinos. He's probably you think this guy's ever have the guts to show up in a casino again?
He tried to manipulate a game. He did manipulate a game and almost got away with it. Luckily, they brought it to the right people's attention, because they were telling people earlier in the days, like, some of these chips don't match. Did anybody see, did you have outplaced chips? And nobody could find them. That's why it ended up getting so much attention, is he put way too many chips in play.
Oh yeah, I mean,
but if you're gonna do it, you want a lot of chips that are the same color as yours, I guess.
I just got to tell you, I mean that. Because if you think about it, for those, if you've never played at the Borgata, they always do start you off with depending on the event. But typically, you'll get 1 or 2 5,000 chips mixed into your starting stack. So for him, and this is why I can't imagine it's just one person that did it, because for him to keep being able to mix 5,000 chips in there.
But the later in the tournament it got, the bigger his stacks were, where he was able to do that without it being noticed.
Yeah, it's just, oh man.
And notice he's one of the final 27, but he's got more chips than the million that are in there.
It's a problem,
right?
Yeah, it was a problem. So if it weren't for those meddling plumbers. And by the way,
their poo would have been able to go down.
I got to give kudos. I want to give kudos to Harris, and as much as I love everybody at Harris, sometimes we bang on them for stuff they do with Caesars Entertainment and so on. But
way to pay attention.
But for Harris, because you know what Harris could have done, they could have found those chips and just let Borgata rot and said, well, you know what, they screwed up their tournament. That's their problem. But we're here, But they didn't. They cooperated. And I'm sure the New Jersey Gaming Commission had something to do with that. But, kudos to Harris for getting to the bottom of that and helping out Borgata in that situation. Once again, when it comes down to it, it's we all have to be in this poker community together, because when the ones that are there aren't, it certainly causes a lot of issues. So
we have to have a voice. If nobody's saying anything, nobody's going to know anything's wrong. Don't just, if you suspect something, ask the dealer.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, do you guys usually have 3 colors of the same chip?
See, and the one thing about that is that you just think maybe they put some new chips into it, because I mean, it just that's the
because it was a larger tournament, so maybe they had to make some new chips up. These are just faded.
Well, and that's why I suggest that you rotate chipsets. As much of an expense as that would be to have to buy 3 or 4 new chipsets, because when you look at that, honestly, somebody saw the color difference, but the one thing that you think about is that because they use those chips so many times, they're going to get faded. They're going to get crusty. They're
not that shiny and new.
Well, all I'm saying is if you throw you throw some new ones into the rotation, who's really going to question that to a point? Right. It's not something you're going to catch right away.
It was really an ingenious plot, but too big of an event.
Yeah, just a little bit.
I mean, if he did that in your regular 100-man Friday night tournament, is he going to get noticed? And how many times did he do it in their Friday night tournament?
Yeah,
didn't get noticed. Is that the first time he tried it?
Who knows? But of course,
well, they say with most criminals, you don't get caught your first time.
No. Well, I think
he had enough confidence to do it. That probably took some practice.
Yeah, just a little. So a big conspiracy going on, but we'll see if there's more to it.
Does this guy have a cache, a lot of caches anywhere?
No, or? I think he had one cache. I think he had one cache lifetime, if I remember right. Somebody was telling me he hadn't won much. If you want to look that up, you can.
I got too much going on. I'm over here playing 2 games. I'm playing the secondary game, which I think I'm out of now. I think I just lost that. Yeah, finished the tournament in 12th place. Okay, so that's a little the second chance tourney. I didn't get a second chance.
Fair enough. Well, this tourney is going on right now, and of course, we are in event number 7 of 16 of the Off-Tail Poker Tables Tournament Series. And we may be changing our show schedule here after the Super Bowl. I'm kind of hoping we are. But 9 events to go after this one tonight. Our top 18 players are going to qualify to play for a brand new custom poker table valued about $1,600 or $1,700 from Off-Tail Poker Tables. It's a hell of a deal. So good opportunity for you. Standings. I did get the standings updated finally from event 6. They're on the Mark Hoke Show Facebook page. If you want to check those out, certainly would appreciate it.
Horrible. I just got aces versus 9s, and he makes a 9 on the river. Sorry.
That's okay. And by the way, of course, we want to thank a lot of our great sponsors of the show. Of course, good friends at Poker Atlas and All Vegas Poker. And hey, if you guys could take 2 minutes and do a review of a poker room for me, that would make me very, very happy.
I went over there today. I was checking that out. And I was going to do that over at the Stratosphere because I played in the $125 15K. I won a seat over on Ace Play Poker. So I went over and played the $15,000 guarantee yesterday. I didn't expect a whole lot of people there because of the LAPC going on with that $1 million guarantee, which they did reach, by the way.
They did.
Congratulations to Matt Savage out there. They did reach their $1 million goal.
It was close.
It was very close.
But they made
just by those guys are good at that, though.
Yeah. That's like make a phone call.
And the Stratosphere came up with their guarantee, and that worked out too. And I just lost with Pocket Jacks too.
Well, you're having a tough
I'm not
time
having a good day today, Mark. I'm just getting beat up everywhere.
I hear you. Well, but anyway, if you can go to PokerAtlas.com, whatever poker room, doesn't matter, anywhere in North America, put a review up, and of course you can also check out the entire tournament schedules for all these casinos at PokerAtlas.com. Would certainly appreciate you stopping by the website. And of course, good friends at Blind Squirrel Apparel. Hey, make sure you guys go to BlindSquirrelApparel.com. It's 20% off with the code Hoke. So put that in there and score big with BlindSquirrelApparel.com. Also have our friends at Arctic Blue Cooling Towels. If you don't follow them on Twitter, man, they got some great stuff going on. They're just at the Harrisburg Heat MISL soccer game. Did a 10,000 towel giveaway out there.
Nice.
Pretty good stuff. They got the blue one, they've got the camo one, and now a pink one. And we're not far off from things starting to heat up again, so make sure you go to ArcticBlueCoolingTowels.com, and it's 15% off with the code MarkHokeShow. There's a chance for you to score big. We also got good friends at Team Poker Joker. Some awesome apparel out there, so make sure you check them out. Just read to the website, TeamPokerJoker.com. And there's a cough from me. I'm hurting, Nate. Blah.
Oh, I am over here getting my butt kicked at this Well, I guess I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay in the horse game. The horse game is okay.
Okay.
My hold'em game is getting crushed though.
Yeah.
I'm all in. I'm good. I'm against Queen 3 and King Jack, and I've got Ace 10. And now I've just got to fade a king, and I can't do it. A king hits the river and beats me. I'm out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Let's see. What else we got out here, too? I got to make sure we mention. Of course, we have, our good friends at DoubleDigitCovers.com. Hey, give them a call, 855-489-2700. Nate, were you listening to the show on Wednesday, by the way?
I did not get the opportunity to. What was I doing Wednesday? I don't remember. Doctor. That's right.
Drug money? No.
Yeah, drug money.
Yeah, there you go. But
no, I'm out of drug money too. I don't have any of that either.
On the show, all right, and this takes some balls to do this. We had Tommy Bertuzzi, one of the main handicappers for DDC, as a guest on the show, talking about the Super Bowl. And there's some crazy prop bets out there, by the way. We'll see if we get some time. We'll talk about it.
LVH just listed all theirs.
Yeah. Tommy got on the show, and as we were interviewing him, he said, "You know what? Here's my free pick for the day. Take Phoenix money line." And then I didn't get to look who they were playing that night. I wasn't sure. And when I got off the show, I'm like, "Oh my God, they're playing Indiana? Tommy's taking Phoenix to win the game outright?" Like, oh boy, we'll see how that one works out. And Phoenix wins the game by 20. 20.
Wow.
And like that, I'm just sitting there saying to myself, that's what a double-digit cover is all about, baby. So I got to tell you, if you're looking for guys that you can rely on for the Super Bowl and all your other picks, and these guys have the balls to put their picks out there on live radio, unprompted, it's the place to go. So make sure you guys check out doubledigitcovers.com. And if you go on the site, you can actually get free picks text to your phone. So not a bad deal there. So say hi to those guys at doubledigitcovers.com.
I know a girl that's just trying to break into some sports betting that's going to be using some of those great tips.
Yeah. Let's see what else is going on. Of course, if you want to check out the KLAV show, which has just been outstanding, and thanks to Nate for his contributions to that show, because it wouldn't be the same without him.
My pleasure.
It's always a lot of fun. We're on Wednesdays on KLAV 1230 in Las Vegas. And, of course, you can get on the website if you're not in Las Vegas at www.klav1230am.com and check out the show. We have had some great guests on these shows, and we're looking forward to another good one this week. Guests are TBA, but we'll get you all squared up on that soon. But it has been an awesome show, and really enjoying it. So make sure you check us out there.
That's a great thing about being on the west side of Vegas. You can get drop-ins like you wouldn't believe. People can be there in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, of course, we had Kenna James back on the show as our featured guest because, of course, he scored the big at the Heartland, or the Heartland Poker Tour on that cruise event. Nice to see Kenna.
I did not know about that. Congratulations, Kenna. That is an awesome score and great confidence booster for Kenna also.
That's 2 big wins for Kenna in 6 months.
Well, he made a rededication to poker, and he's been blogging the last 30 days. I've been reading some of his blogs, and he's got a fantastic mind. I really enjoy spending time with Kenna.
He's one of the nicest guys out there too, so it's good to see one of the good guys winning. Always a pleasure. So congratulations to Kenna. And
you can learn from Kenna too. He does the WSOP Academy with my friend Ace Mac over there at the Academy.
Yeah, there you go. And let's see what else. So, of course, if you want to follow the show on Twitter, at Mark Hoke Show, we have the Mark Hoke Show on Facebook. We also follow RogueWire on Twitter, at RogueWire, and of course, you can find RogueWire News on Facebook. Give them a follow there. And then, of course, the podcast, you can download them on iTunes or on podbean.com, markhokeshow.podbean.com. Good God, we're also on Spreaker now, YouTube. Hoping for iHeartRadio. We'll see how that works out. But
if you're on Spreaker, you're getting there.
Yeah. So all sorts of great stuff happening with the show and having a blast. So thanks, everybody, for being a part of it. Really enjoying it. So, Nate, let's see what we got going on our feature table here with the zombie paradox. Oh, I'm dying here. I'm sorry, guys. I really
Oh, I sweep it. Oh, he's got low. I get the flush.
Ugh, I got the gag.
Okay.
Oh, I'm just not doing
well.
well.
Then let me read down your top 10 list over here in the Mark Hoke Show Club in the Horse 110 buy-in. Heel Young is in first. Mad City Ads, that's me. I'm in second. S. Brisk is in third. Closer 2003 is in fourth. Shum Cooley is in fifth. Morpheus is in sixth. Lucky Man 489 is in seventh. Clandy is in eighth. And Alarm Man Tom is in ninth. Mendo Pup is in 10th. Go, go, go. That's my buddy Alarm Man Tom from On Tilt Radio.
Oh, there you go. And, of course, we have lost 3 players so far. Oh, no, the kitty didn't have 9 lives today. Danger Meow is out in 20th. VWC Dog in 19th, and Quattro is out in 18th.
My Jackson 8s are no good. I flopped 2 pair, but he turned 2 bigger pair. No, he turned and rivered 2 pair. That's horrible.
All right. And by the way, guys, of course, once again, if you want to call the show up, and a little, oh my gosh, I tell you what, nothing is working right today, Nate.
You sound like you're all clogged up, Marky.
You know, I'm not that clogged up per se. It's just
you need some chicken soup, man. It's good old mama's loving.
We went to a Chinese restaurant, and I got the chicken corn soup. That was heaven. I could have eaten a bowl of that. Got out of the doctor after nearly throwing up when they did the strep throat test. That wasn't fun.
Oh, yeah, that culture when they stick that thing all the way down your throat.
Yeah, not fun. Either. Wow, we got a double all in here, by the way, Nate.
Yeah, I got them both covered, but I didn't get anything. I don't even have a pair. I can't beat the.
No, JMM scoops it. No low hand.
He was just down to like 140 chips too, so he's
nice
come
run
back
there.
Huge. 3 in a row, I think.
All right, so
now we're on to Raz.
Remember that you're on Raz, playing for that low hand. Going around the feature table right now. Haven't really talked much about here. Zombie Paradox there in seat 1. JMM in seat 2. Mad City Ads in seat 3. XXO Esoteric sitting out in seat 4. Lucky Man's in seat 5. Heel Young, our chip leader, at least last check, is in seat 6. Yeah, an empty seat in 7, and Clandy is in seat 8.
Your pair of 4s is no good, JMM. Muck that. What are you going to chase? Now you got a queen. Now what are you going to do? Sorry. Once you pair up, people are just going to take advantage of you.
Yeah,
Don't let them do
that's
that.
not good.
Just get rid of it.
Unless you got deuce 3 under. Yeah, then it might keep going.
Still, you're chasing nightmares with a 4-4 queen on top, even with 2-3 under.
Oh, Nate, blah.
Well, hey, don't expect it to be your last one. You have to be aware of getting sick in this town. It's horrible.
Man, ick.
Every time there's a new flu, it flies into town, whether it's in China or where. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, they all bring them in here. The jerks. Thanks a lot. Hey, by the way, you know, I was doing some math the other day, and are you ready for this?
2 + 2?
No, I don't do the 2 + 2 math. No, much more sophisticated than that. Coming up today, today's show is my 397th show.
Oh, you're almost to that big 800 show. That's nice.
The 400th show will be coming up. That will be on KLAV, not this week, but next week. Well, actually, you know what? Oh, the Super Bowl is going to be in there. So we'll have the 400th show on here the week after the Super Bowl, I guess.
You got to get a special guest.
Oh,
who can represent the 400 better than anybody else.
I think I'm just going to make people watch me having sex on the last show.
But Greg Raymer won the 4 events over at the.
I'm not having sex with. I'm not having sex with Greg Raymer on the show.
Oh, come on!
No, I'm not having sex with Greg Raymer. Period.
All right,
let's just throw that. Good. Let's disqualify that right now.
All right. I was just saying. It represents 400 well, taking down those 4 Harlem Poker Tours single year. That's
That
impressive.
is, I mean, well, and Greg had that amazing run of the World Series where he went, the year after he won, he finished 29th or 30th in that ballpark.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty impressive. Let's see what's it. And I apologize, I had the chat box down because I was looking at some other stuff. Let's see what else we got. Casino Examiner did a Bay 101. Yeah, I got that one. Thank you. And he's about to have a chateau dinner here at home with mashed potatoes he can't call. Closer 2003 is saying, Mark, you need more Bud Light and get some sun. You're in Vegas, babe.
It's 60 degrees out right now. It's kind of cold. Very chilly.
I was so mad because this weekend's actually been nice. It's supposed to be in the mid-70s this week.
Yeah.
But this week, so my weekend, I'm stuck in bed. It sucks. Very annoying.
That's Vegas, though, man. It doesn't matter. You can get up. You can wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and be like, I feel good enough. I'm going to the Bellagio and playing some cards.
I know. Yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to go the staking route again for these events coming up. We get you can go on PokerAtlas.com and see all these event series. But we've got the Venetian Deep Stack first one for the year coming up,
and they have a new trophy prize. You get a $2,500 watch when you take down one of those little babies. Now.
Ooh, that's nice. And of course,
very nice.
WSOP circuit event at Caesars coming up almost right after that. So pretty cool stuff. Asking my screen name. I am not playing in the tournament. I don't play these because we are giving away a poker table, and I'm
playing.
Stay out. So
I want the little one that you had out at the WSOP this last year. I want
the little one. I gotta get Brian to make me another one of those.
That was beautiful. That is absolutely so cool. Amazing. That's what I want.
Well, you can order one.
I know. I want to win one.
Okay.
That's what I do. I win stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll work on that.
You put something out in front of me and say, "Here, you can win it." Like Hog Wild Poker Leagues, they put that. We're going to give away a $13,000 World Series of Poker package. I'm like, yes, you are to me.
Yeah.
And I got it. You gotta have focus. I played every single one of those games with the best of my ability, and I came out .0048 ahead of Turn and Burn. I got lucky. He took fourth. If he'd have taken, or he took third. If he'd have taken first or second in the tournament, he'd have beat me, and he got it all in good. He had pocket jacks against somebody's like King 10, and the flop comes King 10. Ooh. That was big.
Well, JMM was trying to hang on over there, but
he was a competitor there too.
Not happening. So JMM is out of there. We've also lost, by the way, Zombie Paradox and Coolering Pro knocked out of this tournament. Well, the Azrael, so we're down to 13. Top third score, by the way, and they round that up. So it should be, I believe, top 7 getting points in here, if I'm correct.
I don't think I've gotten a point yet.
No, you're not on the board.
That's going to change tonight.
Okay. Right now, Heel Young out in front, 81-87, or 81-67. Mad City Ads, that is Nate, 57-10. Closer 2003, 53-39. Clandy at 36-68. And Espris, 27-80. Leading the way. All right. And we're getting close to a break. I can't wait. 13 minutes.
Well, we're in Limit Stud right now, Mark. This is my original game.
A lot of people.
When did you start playing poker, Mark?
Like for real, or when I was a kid?
For real.
About 2000.
About 2000.
Yeah.
Even in 2000, there were mostly only 7 stud games being spread in most casinos.
Yeah, I played a lot online and then started going to some events at Borgata and my first poker tournament. It's a funny story. Because obviously, back then I didn't know the poker community that well. So my first real live casino tournament, I'm down there with my girlfriend, and I get all dressed up. I'm like, I'm playing a poker tournament here, man. I got to go down, look the part, look sharp, it's the way it should be. And I get down there, and all these guys are all bummed out, and I'm like, God, I look like a doofus right now.
Poker players. Wait a second. I thought they were classy. On TV, they're all classy.
You know
No,
how
they're just a bunch of the tournament grinders are the worst though, because they got their lucky jerseys and everything else that stink and smell.
the worst part was how I got busted out. You want to hear how I got busted out on my first ever real
Your first
poker
bad
tournament?
beat story? I gotta hear it.
I flopped. Let's see what happened there. I think I flopped 2 pair, and this elderly gentleman would not get out of the hand. He just would not get out of the hand.
And he knew it was coming.
A third heart hit on the turn, and then a fourth heart hit on the river, and I had pushed him on the turn. And I kind of knew I was probably in trouble on that. So I flipped my hand over. He flips his over, and he's like, hey, nice hand, congratulations. He starts walking away, right? And I look at his hand, and he had like the 5 of hearts in his hand. And I said, sir, you have a flush. It's like, what? I said, sir, you won the hand. You have a flush. Really? I'm like, yes, you have a flush.
No, I'm just kidding. Go away.
It's just like, you got to be. It would have been. I was smart and I didn't say anything, because if he'd have mucked him, then that's his bad. Not my problem. But he flipped them over. I was like,
And cards read themselves. But if he flips them over and shows and then still mucks them, they're still mucked.
Yeah, but he wasn't mucking them.
Yeah.
I was so pissed. I'm like, the guy's putting his jacket on and everything, and I'm just like, fuck you. Pardon my French, but.
Oh, emotional control is the difference between an intermediate player and an advanced player.
Yeah.
Because an intermediate player can still make all the same right moves and everything. It just takes a better player to say, well played. You played that King 7 offsuit really well from early position.
Yeah.
I hope your mother gets hit by a bus.
I was not happy. I have a soundbite for this guy. I wonder if this is. I don't even know what this is, but I'm going to play it. It might work.
I know what you're asking yourself, and the answer is yes. I have a nickname for my penis. It's called the Octagon. But I also nickname my testes. My left one is James Westfall, and my right one is Dr. Kenneth Noisewater. If you ladies play your cards right, you just might get to meet the whole gang.
Completely didn't fit, but that's all right.
No. Oh, that's.
I still haven't got.
Great sound club.
I didn't get to go see Anchorman 2 yet. I haven't seen any movies since I moved out here. It's killing me.
Holler. Well, I love going to the show. You can take my wife.
I can take your wife?
You get the ladies together. They'd love to go out and watch a movie.
Oh, Jesus. For those that don't know Nate's wife and my wife, that is a scary proposition.
Oh.
Morpheus Waits is all in here, by the way, with aces and look at those rolled up jacks.
I was waiting for that last ace to hit there on the river.
Oh,
but the king hits on Healy Young.
Wow, that was a double fuck you with the kings at the end too.
Yeah, no escaping.
See you, Morpheus. Boy, I'm in a feisty mood tonight too. I normally don't drop the F-bombs too much on the show. Tonight, don't care.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not.
Talking to yourself. Kind of.
Oh my God.
So, have you been playing on Ultimate Poker at all?
I haven't been on lately. No, I need to get back on there.
I have been knitting it up, I tell you. Just knitting it up. I made a commitment. I do not want to make a deposit on to any of my websites this year because they offer so many free ways to bring up money.
Yeah.
And I've been doing really well this year. Well, for starting with zero on January 1st, I literally started with zero. I ran up World Series of Poker almost up to $100, and then I crashed that, plummeted that back down to zero. Now I've got that back up to like 53 cents. And Ultimate Poker, I've actually ran up a little over 500, and I cashed out a lot, and I had to put 20 of it back on because I didn't want to miss a tournament.
Right.
But all in all, I've cashed out over 350 that I'm proud of that I haven't deposited into yet. So trying to keep my knitted up going.
There you go.
You know, they've got the Run It Up series by Jason Somerville, Jay Carver.
Yeah. I think Jason wants to be as good as me, but it's not going to happen. If he
Well,
was,
he's doing really well. He started with $50 and he's got it up to like 1,400 right now. But he had
Jason
it higher.
Jason is an amazing player. I mean, I'll tell you what. This guy.
Well, I tell you what, he's got one of the best followings for his. He's got about 100 videos out now, and he's got one of the best followings I've ever seen for a poker series. He's got people all over the world sending him little things that they make him, from sculptures, posters. The guy's got it made. He's doing really well for himself.
Oh, you betcha. And of course,
And the
legendary
Heartland Poker Tour is what really brought him to light too.
Yeah, you know what? I'm definitely gonna have to play some get to a Heartland event at some point. I've never been to one.
I've only played in one Heartland Poker Tour main event, and I took 5th place in it.
Nice.
I have attempted to satellite into a couple others and failed, but I will not, because the Heartland Poker Tour is so good. You can literally, and I did it myself. I satellited in for $40 and ended up final tabling for like 12.6. But this was season 2. That was 8 seasons ago. Season 10 now. Wow, I can't believe it's already here.
I know, it's amazing.
It seems like just yesterday, Fred Bevel was making fun of Vegas Angel in the audience, saying, "Nate, don't bring your wife to another event."
No, it's a bad idea.
She's unlucky.
My wife was. When I made
She
my
was unlucky?
when I made my final table circuit event in 07, my wife was not there, and then I called and said, "Hey, guess what, honey? I made the final table." And
She's like, "Oh, I'm on my way."
she's like,
gets
"Yeah, I'm on my
$30.
way." Yeah, and then I had the all hell break loose. So guys, here's your rule. I'm gonna tell you 2 things: wear the same clothes, and whoever was there, that's who you keep. If they weren't there, forget it. Stay home.
Don't be superstitious. Don't believe any of that crap. Just play your position, play your cards right. Don't worry about what's going on behind you. It's none of your business. You used to pay attention to the felt. Let somebody else try to manage the karma on the outside.
My wife's bad luck.
No, your wife is not bad luck. My wife is not only bad luck, but when she has the chance to screw me out of something, she does it.
Oh, that's even better. Hey, well,
and she'll tell you the same thing. When she's dealing, if she's dealing at like one of these local little taverns and stuff, and we're playing, it doesn't matter when or where. She's done it in Michigan, Iowa, here in Las Vegas. If she's dealing, she will find a way. I can flop the absolute nuts. For instance, I'm in the big blind. I got 4-6. The flop comes 3-5-7, and a guy pushes into me. I call. He turns over ace-7. I got the 4-6 for the nuts. Turns a 7 and the river's an ace.
Wow, by the way, I'd like to say Ken Cooley just pulled another one out of his ass. Final table, Cooley calls an all-in of Golem Dog with a deuce 4 suited. Hits the deuce, plus he had the flush draw as well. Cracks an ace 5. So Ken Cooley's at it again. That's so bad. Oh, what are we going to do with Ken Cooley?
It's limit.
Oh,
I do like the fact that it's a horse game, though. That really makes you earn it, because you can't win it just being a good Hold'em player.
Yeah.
Limit Hold'em player. You actually have to, because I love Omaha. I'm an Omaha fanatic.
You know what, Nate? What we need to do is we got to go over here to Green Valley. I was looking it up on Poker Atlas, and Green Valley's got does have a horse tournament on Wednesday night, I think. Yeah. Go on PokerAtlas.com, look it up.
It's like $85, right?
No, it's like $45.
Ooh.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh.
That's like, and that is literally 1 exit down from where I work.
Oh, so you're what, St. Rose Parkway?
Yes, I'm in St. Rose Parkway.
I was right off Eastern back there. WSOP Academy.
But anyway, by the way, we are on the final table. We just lost Golem Dog, but we have Shem Cooley there in seat 1, Heel Young in seat 2. Excuse me, Lucky Man in seat 3, Alarm Man Tom in seat 4. That scumbag Ken Cooley, closer 2003 is in seat 5.
That's scumbag.
Mendo Perp has made it, so a couple new players making the final table. And Nate trying to score points here.
I'm gonna get some points.
Dirty dog.
Don't count me out.
Well, Nate had to pull out the abacus.
Oh, what? Oh, 3-bet. What's a 3-bet mean? Oh, geez.
And there's a 4-bet with the chip.
And but that was a limp 4-bet.
Nice.
That's so he's probably. I'm guessing he's got aces here. I'm leading into him, and I'm getting re-raised here. I'm all in, Mark. As I place my last bet, I will announce that I flop top set, but I don't think I have a chance to win.
A huge hand there.
Kings, queens, my tens.
Oh my
ace,
God! Look at
tens,
aces, kings, queens, and tens.
Aces, and I stand up with the tens.
Wow, that is classic. Oh my God!
Talk about that's a cold deck right there, Mark. That's the best example of cold deck I've ever seen in my life. The queens, kings, and aces versus my tens, which flop top set. And Healy Young, he limped in, and then he re-raised, he capped it, so you knew he had a monster because he was limping, hoping somebody else would raise.
That was big. I'm gonna tweet that hand. Oh my God.
Yeah. Cold decked as you can get. It doesn't happen anything worse than that. 4 of the 5 top pairs in action.
That's so bad.
And only the bottom flop the set. And Vegas Angel is there's 3 people left, and she's trying to win the jump off the stratosphere right now.
Oh, again?
Yeah, she is dying. She wants to jump off that again. It gave her an adrenaline rush for a week, and she's ready to go. Oops, I did it again.
That's so bad. There's your recognition tweet.
My recognition tweet. Yay.
Yeah, Ken Cooley, I got you back next time out here, buddy. I'm in a little better shape right now. Ken Cooley is an awesome dude. I don't want anybody to think Ken's a bad guy. He's banging me in the chat box. Yeah, Wookie, you can. Yeah, there you go, Nate. You can do the share my pair.
Share my pair.
Yeah, use share my pair app. Yeah, Wookie Way saying Phil Hellmuth hands are never interesting on there. Well, they don't have to be. I'm sure they're paying him to put them out. So I'm looking forward to working with the share my pair guys again. They were pretty nice. But speaking of being nice, we're on a break. So Nate, we're going to step back and run a couple commercials. And then we will be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. And, I got to play that Hit the River Running, too. Save my throat a little bit more. All right, so let's take a break, and we will be right back here. Thank you so much for joining us, everybody. We certainly do appreciate it. We'll see you on the other side of the break.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water, and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out, no matter what you're doing, when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code Mark Hoke Show when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill fitting clothing. Because, like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel apparel.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2. Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years. BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go?
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at doubledigitcovers.com and call now for today's free winner at 1-855-489-3500. That's 1-855-489-3500. Stop guessing and start winning today at doubledigitcovers.com.
At Team Poker Joker, we build innovative, high-performance, poker-focused apparel designed to keep you cool and calm in tough situations. Wait, no we don't. We just got a cool brand representing the suits of this beautiful game called poker. Our gear won't make you better, but it will keep a smile on your face. So don't be so serious and show you know how to have fun on and off the tables. Grin and win when you get your Poker Joker gear today at TeamPokerJoker.com right now.
PokerAtlas.com has its finger on the pulse of all poker events in Las Vegas and beyond. Both on and offline. PokerAtlas.com is made by poker players, for poker players, and covers North America for every tournament, every day. Join the action by reading and posting your own reviews on PokerAtlas.com. Let everyone know what you really think about poker rooms you visited. PokerAtlas.com also features special offers and online sign-up bonuses for its members as well. Don't forget to like Poker Atlas on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at Poker Atlas. PokerAtlas.com also has Twitter accounts for up-to-the-minute information about tournaments in your area. The action starts here at PokerAtlas.com.
Shit! I hate it when I get my sports twisted.
Now, let's return to the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
Oh, dear God, was that 3 aces that just got crushed?
Yes, it was. But on their behalf, I will say they didn't have many chips left.
Yeah.
So they were
Sorry, hang on just a second, Nate. I can barely hear you there with that great music going. Courtesy of John Lindquist of KLAV. Putting all this cool stuff together. But yeah, having trips in your hand in Omaha high-low usually doesn't work out real well. But
no,
that was trip aces, though. I mean, you know, what are you going to do?
Suited? I didn't see. Was it suited?
Was it suited?
Well, that rare card in there. When I get trip aces, it's never suited. I've never gotten trip aces suited. That suited fourth card?
I didn't look. I wasn't really paying attention because I was getting ready to wrap up the break there.
I wish that 2 would have flopped. I would have stayed.
So right now, Alarm Man Tom is in the lead at 11,797. And Mad City Ads, that's Nate, is in second, 11,262. Lucky Man all in on this hand. Heel Young probably will be shortly because the stakes are at 750, 1,500. I'm not going to quite get there, but there is a
Not
nice...
low with 6s and 2s to win it. Wow.
Wow. So we're going to clean Lucky Man out of there. And Heel Young goes down to 267, so we're down to 4 players. So 3 of you could lose quickly so I can go back to bed. I'd really appreciate it. I love you guys, and I love the show.
We're going to draw this out. The good news is, Mark, is Heel Young's already in.
Yeah, there you go. Man, I got to thank James Larson, Mike Sexton along with Jimmy Lee for coming on the show tonight. Freaking wow. How'd that turn out?
This is a very rare event for me, Mark. Not only did I flop the nuts, but I have 2 open-ended. I have 2 cards that can make me a straight flush. Because I have the Ace-5 and the 5-7, so I could have caught the 6 of diamonds for the straight flush on the high side, or the 2 of diamonds for the straight flush on the low side.
The 2 was taken over there. Wow, that's a tough break. But Mad City Ads, look at that, Nate, down to 3 now. But these guys pretty even, so this could take a little while anyway.
Well, with this chop game right here, there's not much of a chance of somebody going out unless they overvalue their high hand. But you could get quartered pretty dang easy.
Good. You bet.
Good. Lose chips.
So, Nate, are you going to do a review on Poker Atlas for me? I
will.
Okay. Do like 5 of them. Maybe
like 5 of them.
10 of them.
Are there 5 rooms that I visit?
I'm sure there's a few you've been to. Start digging into the vault.
There isn't many that I haven't been to.
There's by the way, there's a great new feature coming out on Poker Atlas. I'm not talking about it yet. But I will say this. We do have our Table Talk feature on KLAV with John Freeberg. And if you guys want to ask the former World Series of Poker bracelet winner any poker-related question, doesn't have to be about a hand, and I'd prefer it wouldn't be. But any question, go on the Poker Atlas Facebook page and ask it. And if we like it, we'll put it on the air for you.
Oh, what a horrible card, Mark.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you have a 3?
And a 4.
Oh, speaking KLAV, by the way, guess what I'm going to be doing next Saturday night? I was supposed to do it last night. But guess what I get to do next Saturday?
What's that?
I'm going to sit in with the Commander. On Saturday night, a show from 7 to 11.
I don't want if I would have called that bet, I'd have won the low hand.
I'm excited about that, so make sure you tune in to KLAV on Saturday night at 7, as well as my show on Wednesday. Commander's playing like Motown and 80s soul music, all sorts of great stuff.
As a 5 is high carded in Raz.
You should come along with me, Nate.
I should.
That'd be fun. Then the girls can go out there and movie and do the things that girls do while we're not looking.
What night's that?
Saturday.
Yeah, that could happen.
Could happen. All right.
Oh, Tom, I got a really good undercards here. Oh, and you
so looking at a limit Raz here, and both guys have face cards. Apparently, Alarm Man
he got
didn't
a
like
king,
his.
And my cards are pretty good underneath here. 3, 5, 6. That's okay.
Of course, in Raz, you don't have to necessarily go ace through 8. You're just looking for the low hand possible here. So that Jack can still play. Stakes are 1,000, 2,000, 280 on this one. And it looks like Mad City getting constipated because he paired.
Yeah, that paired. When you pair up in Raz, it's not a chaser anymore. And once you've got too many chips in.
All right, and everybody's showing low cards again, so Nate's going to raise it up with 4. Let's see if Ken Cooley remembers, despite him probably being drunk, that he is looking for low cards here. And I guess he did.
It doesn't have to be a wheel. It does not have to be a wheel. I mean, my pair of kings underneath there was pretty good.
Oh, look at this one. There you go. Come on, bluff this off. You got a king.
Yeah.
King, queen, jack on the board. Not exactly your ideal cards to show in Raz.
But is the jack going to fold? The jack doesn't fold either.
And Nate gets an ace. That's helpful.
Yeah, that doesn't help my set of kings.
Oh, okay. So Cooley with a pair of jacks against a... yeah, that's pretty much hit and run on that. Goodbye. Of course, all these points precious is, of course, Off-Tilt Poker Table. So make sure you go to offtiltpokertables.com.
Yeah, you're going to have to remind me how the scoring works on this, because I'm going to have to really pay attention every Sunday from now on.
Yeah, well, basically we take the points are given out by PokerStars.net. So when you look at the home game information, you'll see those tournament results come up, and you'll have points next to your name for each tournament. And then we compile those and put them all together on the Mark Hoke Show Facebook page. You can check the standings right there.
Now, he decided to open for the full bet. I don't know if he meant to do that or if it just re-clicked.
I think he meant to do it.
I think so, too. And I just wanted to let him know, so did I.
All right.
Your queen's no good there, sweetheart.
Very interesting. 2-9-4. Cooley with a 5-7 obviously had 2 good cards under there. Now Nate pairs. Cooley picks up a 10. By the way, I'd just like to say when I cough, it hurts my abdominals at this point.
I have 4 pair, Mark.
Wow.
How do you do that?
Ken Cooley wins it with trip 10s in his hand. That's hideous, dude.
I couldn't even swing. Oh,
wow.
I couldn't even swing at the end. It double paired me every card. Oh, that was horrible.
A 3-pair and was good.
Yeah, no. It's bad when you got 4 pair in a 7-card game.
All right, so now Alarm Man Tom and Ken Cooley are going to battle it out here.
Yeah, I just got to hope he still thinks it's Raz after this hand, right? It should go to stud. Oh, Raz. I don't know. There's too much in here for me to let go, I think. I've only got 5,000 in chips. Closer's got 22. I got to see another card, Tom. I'm hoping you get an 8.
Interesting spot here for Cooley, of course. Trying to decide what he's going to do. He has a 9 on the board, but with an 8 and a jack up there. Not necessarily a fold hand here. Now it could be for a couple of
now
weeks.
Now it's full time. Even though he probably paired, I'd be willing to bet he paired that 3.
By the way,
the reason why I say I had ace deuce under, that's why I wanted to see more cards, and then the king came on top and just washed me away.
By the way, Ken Cooley, I'm hoping he see if he's made plans to come out for the circuit event. Waiting for that. Cooley, are you gonna come out and hang out in Vegas? Hope so. Nice hand here for Mad City Ace 4-7. Except this is limit stud now, so that's a kind of a crappy hand.
Yeah, it's a different game. Or I'd be betting Ace 4-7.
I turn away for 1 second.
I don't have a pair. I don't have a draw out of draw. I don't even have a draw out of straight.
I call him drunk. No. All right.
I don't think my ace high was good. He easily could have had a 7-9 there. They had a queen and a 3 showing. So I know for a fact they're all drawing really slim.
Yeah. Well, this could be it right here with both players showing a 3. Man, Ken must have junk under there if he's not calling you. You both got. There you go. That's a way to get in the spirit. Deuce 3 for Cooley in the limit stud game.
Oh.
I wonder if he forgot it was stud.
Well, his 4 diamonds aren't going to beat my pair of threes.
Pair of threes are good.
Yay!
Yeah, you can't listen to what I'm saying because I'm half blitzed right now. Oh, I can't wait to get home and take more drugs. Man, they gave me a freaking horse capsule, too. That thing's bigger than a Preparation H suppository. It's not fun to swallow.
Get a pill crusher.
No, I can swallow it. It's
What a friend of mine used to do is they take 2 spoons and they crush it between the 2 spoons and then.
All right.
Nice bet, Tom.
3-way hand here. This limit stud.
I don't understand how
Tom,
he could bet into closer there. I really don't.
And closer sitting on ace, king, queen, jack. Tom is firing with a 3-5-8-7. Gotta have a 6-ball into there.
And closer just mucks it.
Wow.
Really? You don't even want to see the river? He's got a Badoogie show.
4-6 under there. 4.
I only.
He's got to show that. Alarm man, you got to show that hand. He's not going to do it.
4-6. That makes
4-6. There it was. How about that?
But to bet into that with Broadway showing to your right, that's gutsy. Because if he raises, you have no choice but to fold.
Yeah. So closer 2003, still leading this thing.
I was showing 110, but there's still 3 other ones out there. No, it's still anybody's game. I mean, the
stakes are
bets
so
high.
Yeah.
Double me up, Tommy.
All right, now Tom's paired up with some 3s. Probably isn't that helpful, but Nate doesn't sound real happy. 3 diamonds, ace, queen. And only 1683 to call with 11,000 chips in the pot.
Yeah, but I flushed.
That's an ace-high flush. That's probably good. I'm going to say it is. It looks good.
Did you like the huff there? Did you like that? I was hoping he was listening. That was always, back when I first started, that was always my sign that I had the nuts. I caught my own tell, was my sigh. So I started pounding my hand instead.
Another tell there, all right.
Well, a reverse tell. I was trying to make it sound like I was angry that I made it. I pounded the table because when I kind of felt like it was a sound of a relief when I went when I made my card.
Jeez. So this is what you did.
I took the liberty of bullshitting you.
Yes.
All right, so Mad City Ads is back in the game now. And Jess Wellman's on Skype. I should, you know what? That would be kind of funny. Could I pull the triple off? Could I get WSOP, WPT, and Heartland Poker Tour on the same show? Could I do it? Do you think I can do it?
Did you win it? Angel is heads up for the jump off the stratosphere.
Oh,
she's going to have an aneurysm before they get to the last hand.
That's crazy. Should I do it? Should I ask Jess if she wants to come on the show real quick?
Do it. Oh, really closer. On an 8 or now we're going to 8 or better.
Let's see if I can do it. If I can swing this would be cool. This would be like the night I had 4 World Series champions on the same show. Nah, actually, that was better, but this would be pretty good. Will she do it? Will she do it?
The triple crown of interviews.
Because normally I kind of try to keep the focus on one or the other, and it just kind of worked out that way.
Throw them all in.
Wow, big one here, and we have got on the stud high low a huge hand for Ken Cooley. Wow,
where'd you go, Tom? Come back.
So Cooley, it'll be heads up. So double heads up in the Dowland household. How about that?
Yeah, double heads up. Absolutely. Her tournament's a little bit tougher than mine.
There you go. There's a pair of aces on the board. I think it's a fold. Good call, Nate.
Yeah, I had no loaded. Oh, I guess could have traded for 3 straight lows that didn't pair. Now, I hope he doesn't understand. I hope he doesn't think he's just against some like rookie. I've been playing this game for like 20 years.
No, Ken Cooley is not a rookie. No, that is for sure. So playing stud high low here, and Nate now has a chance at a low. Cooley with the 8, 9, 10 on the board.
He's trying to figure out what I'm doing. He's confused.
Makes the call and pairs the 8, and he gets a third club and a pair of 5s. And it'll keep going here, so 13,000 chip pot. And Cooley's going to check it down.
Get it in there, Cooley. Come on. I was going to put the other 841 in there. Raise me.
He calls. And
Call me for us,
flush
Jaka.
on the river. Oh.
It's the toilet. Flush it.
Boom.
I had a lot of draws there, though.
I forgot I had this sound effect. There go Ken Cooley's chips and the fake Borgata chips.
How many times did he have to flush for 2.7 million chips?
That's ridiculous. You know, let's well, you'd be looking at, well, if a million chips is 200. So that means it'd be 400. We're looking at like about 600 and probably about 600 chips.
We got to get the maintenance guy on and tell us how many chips.
You know, I think that's a good idea.
and see if we can get him to tell us, if we are going to flush chips, how many should we flush at a time so that it doesn't get clogged?
You know, and by the way, I know because we got into having Mike Sexton on before I got to really mention this, but here's the other side of that story. Nate, you haven't been to Atlantic City, so we got a huge hand here. Look at this, and it's going to get chip chopped.
So lucky I couldn't get a 4 or a 9.
But
I'd have swept it.
Do you know where Harrah's is in Atlantic City?
No, as I said, I've never been to New Jersey.
Okay, so here's the deal. Harrah's Atlantic City is it's not on the boardwalk, okay? But where it is there's you kind of have to drive over one of the little bridge area to get over to where Borgata Harrah's is.
So he had to cross water to get there.
Yeah, so here's the thing. When you pull out of the Harrah's parking lot, you go up a road about, I'm not even going to say it's a few hundred feet. You come around, and then you hit a split where you either go head into Atlantic City or you head over the Brigantine Bridge over the Absecon Inlet. Nate, this is literally a 3-minute drive to get from Harrah's Atlantic City to the Brigantine Bridge. That means you know what would be under a bridge, right?
Yeah.
Water. A shitload of water.
And a lot better place to ditch it.
I'm just like, are you kidding me?
Bad chips.
And then even if he didn't, if he went over, he could have taken the 10-minute drive and could have gotten out to the Atlantic Ocean. You have ocean, you have Absecon Inlet, and you choose the toilet.
I don't get it either. Could be over.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
Tribe has spoken.
Well, look at this hand.
Oh, he missed.
Cool. He went for the big draw, and he had a pair. But Nate,
he turned the pair, so he thought it was a little bit stronger.
You're on the verge of victory.
Accidental. I love winning games on air. Oh, I've got him crushed. Queen King versus his Queen 9. He's looking for a 9 spot.
Didn't get much help.
A 10 will save him too.
Nope. Wow, how about that?
Good game, sir.
Nate Dowland is the big winner.
I love a good little horse tournament.
There you go.
That was fun.
Congratulations, Nate. Nice job.
Oh, hey, what's this little button? Share on Twitter. I'd love to.
A nice run there by Ken Cooley. So congratulations, guys. Good tournament tonight. You all got some nice points for the
So I can get that little poker table when I win this whole thing. Right?
Well, if you want to get the little one, but I mean the big one's more
I
available.
don't have room for the big one, man.
Wow. All right. Well, you still got to qualify. Just winning one tournament doesn't do it. So
I'm gonna be there.
All right. Well, that'll help. Well,
every Sunday from now on.
Well, I got to give a bunch of thank yous out so I can go home and get to bed. First, Nate, thank you for taking up some airtime and hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it.
No problem. Thanks for letting me do it via Skype so I didn't have to get the germs blown on me. I appreciate that.
No problem. That's why you didn't want to come down, did you? Really, that was the truth.
I don't like getting sick. I really don't. That's why I like to stay home and I like to play with poker chips. It's just people are dirty. It's the OCD kicking in my old age, I guess.
I want to thank Michael Reed for setting up the interview. I know we were supposed to have Fred on, but that's okay because we scored big and we got James Larson. So that was quite all right. So thank you to both of them. Thank you to Eric Ramsey for getting Mike Sexton on the show. That was pretty cool. And, of course, Nate Dowland, Nate Dowland was already talked about him, but Jimmy Lee coming on as well. So great win there. Hey, guys, no show on Super Bowl Sunday, obviously. But I hopefully we might be shifting the show back to Friday. This show back to Fridays. We'll let you know as soon as we can. But of course, make sure you join us on KLAV 12:30 a.m. on Wednesdays, where we'll have a great time there and keep your eyes peeled. We'll let you know who's going to be on that show. But Nate, thanks so much again. Appreciate it. Congratulations.
No problem.
And guys, we'll see you on KLAV1230am.com and KLAV 1230 on your radio dial in Las Vegas on Wednesday. So thanks for joining us, everybody. Have a great night and get ready. It's Super Bowl Sunday coming up. Should be a good one. We'll see you soon.
Woo-hoo.